Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studios in Madison, this is Kyle Brust and Nordman, KBN. Sponsored by Busch Light on ESPN Wisconsin, ESPN Madison on YouTube, and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
It's a great day to be alive on this Wednesday. I almost said Tuesday, but it is Wednesday. I'm Ben Brust alongside the guys. Kyle Wallace, our Packer backer. Say something, Kyle. Hump day.
Oh, I could say that. I could say a lot of different things. But, hey, it is Wednesday. Getting over the hump, playing croquet tonight.
You're playing croquet tonight.
Yeah,
Why?
That seemed a little bit racial the way you said it.
Oh, wow.
You're
That is a
playing
strong
croquet
accusation.
Why were you so curious about me? If Brad
Because
said croquet, would you have said, you're playing croquet tonight?
I don't know.
Brad's rich.
Yeah.
Oh, what are you trying to say? Oh, well,
You
I am
always
poor.
claim poor around here.
I am broke. Yeah, no, we have the Penfield croquet match tonight. WTMJ plays against the Truth, and I may be subbing in after I get off the show just in case, because Tori Lowe has an event here tonight at 6, so I may be subbing if I need to. There's a video on social media that actually won the last time I played.
Kyle Wallace playing croquet was not on the bingo board for Wednesday, but here we are.
Have you ever played
Pinky
croquet
up.
before?
I practiced. So check social media.
No, yeah, okay. Yeah, you did that on air? That's your practice right there?
No,
No.
check social media.
No.
Go to 1017 The Truth on social media. And you can see your boy playing croquet. I actually won.
Powerful.
Speed croquet.
And this is my point when you said I actually won is actually the reason why I was shocked you were playing croquet. Brad Norton.
Brothers play croquet too, Ben.
I've never even played croquet, so it's not a racial thing here.
I'm just messing with you.
Pinky up boy over there.
I like you getting red.
Brad Nortman, longtime NFL punter for two franchises in the NFL, the Carolina Panthers and the Jacksonville Jaguars, who both have announced stadium renovations.
Love to see it. Love to see the commitment to the cities, the increased experience for players and fans.
They better not close down that Jacksonville pool.
No, they're going to probably expand it, probably make it a little bit better. And I sent my, obligatory congratulations tweet to both franchises in the city. They were holding their
Did
breath.
they retweet you?
No, they did not, unfortunately. That goes to show how long I've been away for. But, you got to do the obligatory, hey, congratulations, happy for the city and the team, which I am.
Do you have to?
I am.
No. He just wants to feel relevant.
I feel like I should. That's true. That's true.
No,
I do
you're
wanna
famous. You should do that. You have a whole radio show where you're a personality that people actually see what you tweet. You matter.
Because everyone in Wisconsin cares about the Jags and the Panthers.
Brad, is this a good time to point out there's a typo in your tweet about the Jags?
Oh, man.
Oh,
that sucks.
no.
You got to
That's
delete
tough
it.
luck.
That's an
You got to
He
delete
wrote-
it.
What did I say?
First the Panthers, not the Jaguars.
Oh, that's rough. That's
I
tough,
gotta
What'd you
man.
mean
delete
to
that.
say?
I got to go and delete
Now
that
the
right
Now
now.
the Jaguars, yeah.
That's
T
that's
instead of a W.
embarrassing.
They're not
It's
even next
embarrassing.
to each other on the keyboard.
I'm going to have to do that in the break.
They're not retweeting that
Yeah,
one.
they are, aren't they?
I'm going to have to do
I mean,
that.
the
They're
T and the
close,
W
yeah.
are separated by the E and the R.
Are
It's
you
not
and
like he
I
was
both
one
looking
off.
at keyboards right now?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
I didn't just memorize, like,
Well, it's QWERTY. You should know that. QWERTY.
What does that mean?
Oh,
I know
God.
what QWERTY means, but I don't know.
No,
I didn't
it
know
is
meant something.
QWERTY in order at the top row, left to right.
I
Oh.
will say, one thing that I wish I paid more attention on was like typewriting in like elementary school.
Oh, I'm a great typer.
Time out. You
I'm a
didn't-
terrible
you-
typer. I'm a pecker.
Typewriting?
I'm a pecker.
Typewriting.
Typing class.
Typing class, whatever.
What are you,
This is why
1950s?
typewriter.
Yeah. They would do the thing where they like put like a shade over your
Yeah,
hands.
sheet over your hand.
And I would definitely like look underneath it.
Bradley, you can't get better cheat in the system.
No, I just peck with my index finger now, and I'm ashamed of
Do
it.
you really?
Yeah.
We used to have a
That's
teammate that did
embarrassing.
that.
I know. I'm pretty good
And
at
he was
it.
60 years old.
He was. And
he had to use talk to text.
I'll be
Oh,
with him
boy.
today.
Hey, very good.
Shout out to BP.
Alex Strofe running the show today. Kyle Brusson-Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. We will have head coach of the Wisconsin Badgers men's basketball team. Wisconsin. I combined Wisconsin and men's together. Wisconsin. The Wisconsin Badgers men's basketball coach Greg Gard will be joining us to promote the Alumni Charity Challenge that I'll be participating in on Friday at the Gruber Lofts Sports Zone at Summerfest. Thank you for telling me to promote that, and thank you for cooling me. You, KBN Nation, can get into the show 800-990-3776. There's my best friend at work, Jody, our great IT person, waving and saying goodbye. And look, here's where I want to start. Brad, Kyle woke up in the middle of the night last night, and now you're talking about your sleep habits, and this is appalling, by the way. The Nortman estate has some quirky things going on, not the quirk that you would think.
Yeah, I mean, guys, I don't know about you guys, and there's very few things I try to do in my life that are irrational, but there is one thing that I do. I absolutely know it's irrational, and I preset several alarms in my phone to basically create a sequence of snooze buttons for when I wake up. So if I have to wake up at 7 a.m., I'm not setting my alarm for 7 a.m. and one alarm and springing up. I'm setting an alarm for 6:40, 6:45, probably like 6:53, and then finally 7 o'clock. So I will look back and say, okay, I need to be out of bed at 7, and I will preset alarms, basically implementing a snooze schedule already in my alarm. And I do it basically every night. And I know that's a little bit irrational, but darn it, there's something about it that I feel like I'm getting more sleep by doing the snooze button. I feel like it's. Am I crazy in this? Is anybody else out there?
No, he skipped over the most ridiculous part.
What
Not
is it?
only do you do that, your wife does it too.
Oh,
So
yeah.
you guys
Yep.
have 18 alarms going off in the morning.
Well, yes, that's true.
Yes!
That's true. And it's one of the many things that Lexi and I are completely yoked on. I can't
Yeah.
believe that. I don't know how she would react if she was not a snooze button hitter and I was.
No, this is
But
completely
we are
inconsiderate.
in
I
line
hope
on
you
this.
don't do this when you travel with people. I know you take a lot of trips where you're around different people. I hope you don't do this when you're around people so they have to hear your alarm. 'Cause
Oh,
you
I
can be in
certainly
different
Who's he
rooms. You can-
sleeping with
You're
other
not
than
sleeping.
Lexi?
You can hear alarms in other rooms.
What
You
kind of hotels are you staying at?
Hotel.
Thin-walled hotel rooms.
If you go to an Airbnb or you go to a family vacation home like Ben did. Ben was just up north with the Scalzo family. You guys stayed in the same place, didn't you?
Yeah, we did.
Okay, so you can hear in between walls. That's something that you most definitely do. That is extremely inconsiderate of you, and
I hate to break it to
I
you,
don't
there
wanna
was
say-
18 million sound machines going to keep babies sleeping. There's no hearing the alarm through the sound
I just
machine.
feel like it's stupid and it's inconsiderate for yourself to try to wake yourself up multiple times. Just be an adult and wake up. And if you wake up and you want to snooze a little bit more, hit the snooze a little bit. But let's just be an adult and let's not have 20 alarms set to get one job done.
I will say I do it no matter where I am, and that includes when I was playing in the NFL and I had a roommate.
Oh,
wow.
you're such a jerk.
No one said
wow.
anything.
Oh,
They
man.
were all good with it.
No, they were just.
Did
like,
you room with another specialist?
Okay, to be fair, yes. Partially.
Bunch of weenies.
Partially. Hey, we're not weenies.
The way you said that proved everything I just said.
Nobody said anything. Actually, I roomed with Luke Kuechly. Cool. He said he didn't say anything about it. He was totally cool.
Was
with
he?
it.
He wasn't up yet.
He honestly said, whenever you want to wake up, we'll wake up. I said, cool.
But did you tell him?
You're so inconsiderate that you woke up the best player on your
Right,
team.
the dude
Yeah.
that actually helps you win.
I
Not
was gonna
saying you
say,
didn't contribute.
What an amazing roommate situation. You've got like one of the best defensive players of the last decade and a half and one of the best punters of the last decade and a half in the same
Say
room.
it again, Strofe. Say it again.
What is this going on around here?
I'm just stating facts, Benny.
I think people secretly appreciate it. I think they like the multiple snooze. They like the
No,
multiple alarms.
I think that's awful, and I think it's inconsiderate. And Luke Kuechly is just being very nice to you, but doing that around people, that is annoying. A matter of fact, I may or may not have slept with someone that had multiple alarms, and it drove me crazy. Why are you setting 5 different alarms when you want to get up at 7? Why are you setting an alarm for 6:35? I am trying to sleep until my alarm goes off.
Now I
It's
have a look
inconsiderate.
inside this as well, Kyle, of like, when you don't know because you don't do this. If you set 3 different alarms, then you're snoozing one of them, and then you might snooze it again, then an alarm's going off, and you snooze that one. Now you've snoozed 2, and then there's 2 different ones going off from snoozes.
Yeah, they're purposely staggered to go off every 4 to 5 minutes.
No,
That
Brad,
sounds like
snoozes
waking
and
up
wake
with
up.
just...
just wake
You might as well
It's a
get those
process.
symbols and just go ding.
Right.
It's
That is annoying.
No, it's a process to wake your body up. You can't just go from 0 to 60 and go, bam, I'm awake. You got
My fiance does it.
You got to rev the
there-
engine a
you-
little
there-
bit.
Literally, there's a snooze button that has the purpose of hitting snooze, and then you can set it. Do you want to be awakened again in 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes? You can set it up on your phone where you hit the snooze that way.
Can't risk not hitting the snooze button though.
Where the
and
hell
then
y'all got?
'cause-
Where y'all got to be at 7, 6 o'clock
But
in the morning?
it's possible
taking
to
care of a child.
Oh, she has her own waking up mechanism. It's called a wham, wham, wham.
Might I add, on the iPhone, there's a little bit of a danger to actually turn off your alarm. So you can hit the snooze, but there is like a turn off alarm. You could be in danger of hitting that, and that would just be a travesty. That's why you have multiple alarms going off at staggered times, so you can rev the body up.
I expect better from you, bro.
How many alarms do you need to wake up? 800-990-3776. Our content director used to work a morning show, so he doesn't need an alarm. His body clock is still messed up. I am with Brad. Now, the difference being is we, in our household, wake up at different times. So when I'm waking up, she might be already at a workout or in the shower.
Oh,
so
wow,
it's just
active.
she's a morning person. I'm a night owl. So like it's just
That's an interesting dynamic.
very interesting. But my point
Actually,
is,
it's calming.
it is
Creates peace.
It
Really?
does.
Yeah, you get
and
your
I
own.
need my
you get-
peace.
yeah, you get your own time. I think that's good.
But your peaks are inverted. Don't you want to
No, no,
experience
no,
like when you guys are most energy together?
No, you.
I don't know.
cross
You
paths.
tell me.
Yeah, I like it. I like when Lexi and I are in the same. We're basically the
Same peak.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, like, look, for me, if there's 3 set, I'm fine with it. But if she had 3 set that were going off, we had 6 different alarms at the same time, I would lose my mind. And that's what you guys are doing.
I will say, sometimes we do use one phone for the same alarm, especially if we're getting up at the same time. But yeah, we're both snooze button people. That might mean that you got 2 different phones that have multiple alarms with multiple snoozing.
Your snooze,
It's-
snooze isn't in sync though. So like, because you set it for every 4 minutes. So if yours goes off 6:35, does her go off at 6:37? And also yours goes off 6:39. It's just nonstop.
No,
I
it
just
is
hire me
funny.
with symbols. I'll just hit them every 2 minutes. Ding.
It is funny because
Ding!
oftentimes we get up at the same time, but we'll both set alarms. So we'll look at each other and be like, okay, 7 o'clock wake up. Okay, you do yours for 6:40. I'll do mine for 6:45.
You
do
guys
yours for 6:50.
are not real people. I'm convinced.
That's a real thing.
They go to.
We do that.
We learned this that when they're laying on the couch
Oh,
together,
yeah.
Brad makes Lexi go to bed at the same time
Time to
as
go.
him. Time to go,
Time to
baby.
go.
We gotta
Come
go
on,
lay
baby.
down
I'm
together.
tired. I'm tired. We're going to bed.
800-990-3776. Apple Man mowing right now says he set 6 alarms on his phone to go off every 5 minutes. This morning, he still failed to get up with them. Yeah, Brad, your phone would end up in the toilet with a Hershey's bar if your alarm went off that much, and I was in
wow.
the same room. That's Dave from Aaron.
Smart man, Dave.
Greg in the 262 tells me to be easy on ripping 60-year-olds because it might come back to haunt me one day. I hope to make it to 60, so we'll see. And I totally agree with Brad. Just can't risk sleeping in. That's Mark in Algonquin.
My guys, KBN Nation knows. They
That's
know.
one guy.
No, there was another guy too.
You can
The
train
guy
yourself
mowing.
to legitimately wake up, because what do you do when the alarm goes off? What do you do?
I turn over and I hit snooze.
So, but when you turn over, what do you do?
And then
What is
Lexi's
that-
goes
what-
off.
What is that? What is that process called when you turn over? Your body.
Wakes up.
Okay, get your ass up.
But it's a steady process. By the time my last alarm goes off, I'm like, I'm ready. I'm ready for the day. If I know I gotta get out of bed at 7.
Hang on. Let's take a step back here. Brad's process is, Lexi, we're going to bed. And then they lay in bed and they discuss when each other's alarms are going to go off. You get this one, I get this one, you get this one,
That's
with
correct.
18 snoozes in between.
When they
correct.
got married, and I honestly I don't know what I don't think Brad is Catholic, but I know a lot of times you have to go to marriage counseling before you get married in different denominations. If you guys did go to marriage counseling before
we went to premarital counseling.
You listened and are following the book to a T. You really are. You're communicating. You're talking. They're completely in sync to the point that they go to bed at the same time, and then they are communicating on. You do that, you do that, you do. I wish I will never, ever get to that level of communication, even if I try.
Dustin and Waukesha, 800-990-3776. How many are you setting to get up in the morning? 18 or a normal person amount?
Well, I have an 18-month-old, so that's the alarm clock. Half hour before I normally get up is a wah! And then when it's finally the alarm, it's so
that's my
and
future.
It's adorable, and it varies between 5:30 and 7. So I don't know when I wake up. She lets me know when I get up.
That's an effective alarm clock, at least. Very effective. I respect it.
I don't know what.
Ha ha ha!
Yeah, I didn't know what that was. I didn't know what he was trying to do.
That was his attempt at baby crying.
Okay.
I think he needs to work on his baby cry, just for the record. It confused me and Kyle. I think at least it confused me.
I was very confused. I was like, wait, huh?
800-990-3776. Thank you, Dustin and Waukesha. Strofe, you're jersey chasing Nortman all show, I can already tell. Just defending him and loving on him and gushing over him.
He gets it. He gets it.
You are a great punter of the Carolina Panthers. You and Luke Kuechly.
Two peas in a pod.
That's right. Franchise changers.
Pro Football
Franchise
Focus
record
and
holders.
ESPN had some articles come out of where the Packers roster ranks. It may be a little bit higher than you expect. And so my question to you is, can this team actually win a Super Bowl with the way the roster is constructed? Right? Like, that's the ultimate goal. If you're paying the guy $55 to $60 million in Jordan Love, do you believe that this roster is ready to take that next step after beating the Cowboys in the divisional round? We will talk to you, KBN Nation, or they beat them in the wild card round. Next.
This is Kyle Brust and Nortman.
No, some of those things I say act like I think I'm something that I'm not.
I mean, you can say finna. Say, listen, I'm finna do this show here from 5 to 6.
I'm finna do the job.
The Homer Hour finna be lit from 5 to 6.
No, I'll never say that again.
It rolls, though, doesn't it?
No, it doesn't. It's not me.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
For the ultimate sports betting experience, get in the game at Potawatomi Sportsbook. Unleash your inner champion with dozens of betting kiosks, a VIP deck, high-end bar, first-class restaurant, broadcast booth, a 2,000-square-foot video wall, and more. It's a sports fan's paradise, 24/7. Bet above the rest. Only at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee. Visit the website for more. Must be 21 years old. All bets must be made on site.
Discover a new generation of Audi featuring the all-electric Audi e-tron models. You could save $7,500 on select Audi EVs with the AFS EV lease bonus. See dealer for details and exclusions. Eligibility is subject to credit approval through Audi Financial Services. Cannot be combined with National Customer Credit. Offer expires July 1st of 2024. Stop in and test drive today. The Summer of Audi sales event is here. Check out our website to see our current qualifying inventory. Start your adventure at Zimbrick Audi of Madison today, off the Beltline in Rimrock Road.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Ben Brust for Road America. The best place in Elkhart Lake is America's National Park of Speed. Make the most out of your summer at Road America. Come see a race at the legendary 4-mile, 14-turn road course that has hosted some of the best races since 1955. Camp on site all weekend and enjoy free admission for kids 16 and under with a paying adult at the gate. Up next is the Trans Am Speed Tour at Road America on June 28th through the 30th. Come for the experience, stay for the race. Get your tickets at roadamerica.com. That's roadamerica.com.
Hi, Drew and Jonathan Scott here, reminding you that American Family Insurance agents can help build a customized renter's policy so you can protect stuff like this, or this, or even this. Oh, well, case in point. Life's better when you're under American Family's roof. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
I'm John Hayes, owner of Goodman's Jewelers. We've been at the heart of many magical moments, from engagements to weddings to sweet 16s. It warms my heart to be a part of these moments for 40 years with people I consider family. With the highest standards and an eye for classic beauty, enjoy a warm boutique setting at Goodman's Jewelers, where integrity shines in every gem. At 220 State Street, Goodman's Jewelers, the Diamond Store, Madison, since 1933.
The best is at Goodman's.
Waiting to see a general surgeon? With Stoughton Health, it's always easy access, with most appointments within a week. And with over 160 insurances accepted, you're covered and in good hands. For more information, visit StoughtonHealth.com. Stoughton Health, creating excellence together.
Get ready to crush your fitness goals at Prairie Athletic Club, the ultimate destination for health, wellness, and recreation. This is Sarah Tauscher. The Pack has everything you need to succeed, from group fitness classes to personal training, indoor and outdoor pools, soccer fields, and so much more. Your fitness goals start at the Pack. Don't miss out. Their summer memberships are now available. So join before those rates go up. Stop by or visit prairieathletics.com today. That's prairieathletics.com. Prairie Athletic Club, family fun community.
Hey Madison, this is Kayla Conklin. I'm the president of the Urban League of Greater Madison Young Professionals, and we are an auxiliary organization off of the Urban League of Greater Madison for ages 21 to 40. If you are a young professional in the city and you're looking for a space to do community service, volunteerism, civic engagement, and network and grow as a young professional, we would love to have you. Please visit our website, www.ulgmyp.org, to register and learn more.
For official rules and more information about every contest on 100.5 ESPN, visit ESPNWisconsinContests.com. That's ESPNWisconsinContests.com. You're listening to 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN app.
You're listening to Kyle Brust and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
You're listening to 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN app, and Wisconsin On Demand.
Thinking I was born in the wrong time, one of a kind, living in a world gone plastic. Baby, you're so classic.
Scheduled to appear at 2:30 is Wisconsin men's basketball coach Greg Gard. Look forward to hitting on a couple of things with him, including the Alumni Charity Challenge on Friday to raise some money at Summerfest for guarding against cancer, as well as, I was in Madison, and I was talking to a lot of former Badger fans as I was staying in a hotel at the hotel bar before an event I went to, and they were like, "Oh, hey, love to do this," and then we're like, "Hey, what do you expect? It's so hard to get into the team and this, that, all the people leaving." And I want to ask Gardo some of the questions that these people were asking me, because I'm not gonna lie, I'm like, yeah, I know they got a bunch of guys, but I don't know how it's gonna come together. So we're gonna ask old coach at 2:30. But before we do, I do want to discuss on Kyle Brust and Nortman, Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman, Alex Stroh running the show. And you, KBN Nation, can get into the show at 800-990-3776. Look, we are in this market of Wisconsin, and we follow the Green Bay Packers. And what is in our minds continues to be the 8 to 10 game stretch where Jordan Love played awesome. But as we see different pundits now, there's definitely Jordan Love stands out there. Even national media are starting to give him love. But now we're starting to see the formation of the team, right? It's more than just the quarterback. The quarterback is the most important position in football, but it's made up of 53 guys. Offense, defense, special teams. Special teams is really small. Brad Nortman would tell you that. But it's important. ESPN.com and Pro Football Focus did their 32-team ranking of the best rosters in the NFL. The Green Bay Packers on both websites came up 13th out of 32. So I ask you guys, first Brad, then Kyle, can the Green Bay Packers win a Super Bowl with, again, it's just a couple articles, the 13th best roster in the NFL?
The answer is no. They cannot win a Super Bowl if they are truly the 13th best roster in the NFL. When I first saw that, I'm like the rest of you, not only here on the show KBN, but KBN Nation. I was like, dang, 13th, that's low. When we go through the schedule, I'm looking at all this victory and all these prognosticating about what's going to happen this upcoming season. But I was like, looking at the teams in front of them, Detroit, San Francisco, Baltimore, New York Jets, Kansas City, Dallas, Houston. I'm like, I can't really argue with, maybe Dallas. I can't really argue with a lot of those. You have a lot of respect for the depth and quality of the entire roster, not just one position, not just quarterback, but the entire roster that these teams have. And if they truly do have the 13th best roster In the NFL, that's not a Super Bowl champion caliber roster. So one of two things needs to happen. They need to actually be outperforming the quality of their roster, because 13th best roster, that's sneaking into wild card. They need to outperform, or certain important positions like quarterback and head coach need to overcompensate for all of that, because football is the ultimate team game. You need offense, defense, and a little bit of special teams to be able actually to hoist the Lombardi trophy. So they either got to outperform that 13th or have certain guys outperform, because 13th, that ain't good enough.
You know, I'm intrigued because I know that you, Brad, went through the schedule and did the win-loss thing, and you had them above, 10 wins and whatnot?
I think it was torn between 10 and 11. I land on 11.
And so when you land on 11, it's so easy to get caught up in looking at the schedule like that's a win, that's a loss. You, of all people, should know that there are games on the schedule that you look at that you think are going to be big games that will not end up being big games, and there are teams in the NFL that you don't think are going to be good that will end up being good, and you just don't know how it's going to end up because it happens every single year. So that's my only cautionary tale to already putting this team at 11 wins as the over-unders at 9.5.
Yeah, honestly, you guys know I'm the Packer backer. You know I'm a believer of the Green Bay Packers. I'm a staunch believer, firm believer in the Green Bay Packers. But I don't think 13 is too far off. When you look at the teams that are ahead, as you alluded to, I think 13 is accurate. And I'll say it is because of the fact that the Green Bay Packers still have a lot to prove. When you look at our overall roster defensively, we don't know what we're going to get yet. A lot of this is we're excited what Jeff Hafley can do. Guys are in a new position. Guys feel like they're going to be put in a position to succeed on the field, but we have not seen what that looks like on the football field. So for a team that has a defense, which is a big unknown question mark to me, being in the top half of the NFL, that makes me feel good. Now you look to the offense. Our offense, we know that our guys are weapons. But they have not been weapons.
Do we know that?
Yes, we know. We've seen the film already. We've seen that these guys are weapons. But to your point is that there still needs to be more work done on the field to basically affirm, yes,
consistent weapons.
Yes, Jaden Reed, dog. We know Romeo Doubs. We know we're going to get from him. Christian Watson, healthy. When it comes to Tay Wicks, okay, Tay.
No. For Tay Wicks, you need a one-word answer. Tay Wicks.
Tay Wicks, the future. I don't know.
Yeah,
What I'm saying is this, is that this is a year of evolution. This is a year of growth for the Green Bay Packers offense. So the fact that a team that was the youngest team in the NFL last year is probably going to walk into this season as bottom 5 youngest team in the top 5, one of the youngest teams in the NFL again, and they're looked at as the 13th best roster in the NFL. I think that's great because when you think about it, a lot of those guys ahead of us, they've already plateaued. They have their ceiling. We're just trending up. So I feel good about 13 because my expectation is we walk in at 13, we leave out at number 1.
800-990-3776. ESPN.com and Pro Football Focus have the Green Bay Packers as both of them is the 13th best roster in the NFL. Simply put, can they win a Super Bowl with the 13th best roster? I'm with Brad. I have a hard time saying the word Super Bowl and this team in the same sentence next year. Not saying that they can't continue, as you say, with this upward trajectory, but they still suck at special teams. We don't know if they're any good at special teams until they're not,
which they were different now.
Rich Bisaccia is still there, and other than Keyshawn Nixon 2 years ago being an All-Pro, that isn't any better, or that we know of until we see it on the field. They still have a kicking competition going on for criminy's sake. And then defensively, new defensive coordinator, new scheme. There's going to be ups and downs anytime you have something newly implemented and trying to figure out what positions you have affirmed that fit the system. There's going to be some changes that need to be made regardless of how this season goes. And offensively, yeah, I'm still bullish, but you're still not the best offense in the NFC North like Brad and I have discussed. The Lions are the most consistent offense because they proved it last year, and they're bringing back the same pieces that have locked in. So we'll continue this because I do want to get to the Packers over-under at 9.5 wins because this conversation that we have locally makes me feel like we might be too bullish, or maybe that 9.5 is just right. We'll find out. But coming up next is Coach Greg Gard of the Wisconsin Badgers men's basketball team. Kyle, why don't you tell us about American Family Insurance and protecting all of your investments?
Oh, I'm telling y'all right now, you need to protect all your investments, but you need to do it with American Family Insurance. You see the commercials, you see in the community, you see what they do. But the work that they do in the community is fantastic, but the work that they can do for you personally, whether it's a home policy, whether it's a home policy, whether it's a auto policy, whether it's a life policy, they can do that with American Family Insurance. They believe every dream is worth protecting. That's why their policies are designed to be customized for you and your unique needs. So check out their different coverages that they offer. You can go on their website and you can build a quote. You can start a quote. You can go find somebody to work with. It's so easy. Visit amfam.com. That's amfam.com today. And always remember, insure carefully, dream fearlessly with American Family Insurance. Contact them today and visit amfam.com.
Greg Gard, Wisconsin men's basketball coach, joins us next.
You're listening to Kyle Brust and Nordman.
Listen, Diana, that's her name. Listen, we all about positive manifestation. I like you, Diana. All it is
Dirty
negative.
Diana.
Criticize.
Dirty Diana.
I love you, Kyle.
Love you too, girl.
I love you, Kyle.
I love you too. That's what I'm talking about. The real Packer Nation.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Since J&K Security Solutions opened in 1987, our attention to detail and customer service have been our strongest assets. I'm President Jeffrey Beckman. We'll always do our best to find the most efficient and cost-effective solution to every job we tackle. Whether it's security for your home or business, installing video surveillance, or being able to control your garage doors from your phone, we can help you feel empowered with simple and user-friendly technology. Let's work together to secure your home or business. jksecurity.com.
Hi, I'm Kamiko, the founder of Miko's Hot Chicken. When we started our family restaurant, we were also raising a family. But let me tell you, it wasn't easy. Our Chase Inc. card was there to reward us on all of our business needs. Now we have a thriving location, and we're hungry for more.
With the Chase Inc. Business Unlimited card, you can earn unlimited 1.5% cash back on every purchase, so your business can go from here to possible. Chase for Business. Make more with yours. Real business owners compensated for their participation. Cards issued by JPMorgan Chase Bank and a member FDIC, subject to credit approval. Terms apply.
Do summer projects your way with 4th of July savings from the Home Depot. With free delivery on over 2 million items, you can make the most of summer grilling and dig into gardening. Plus, get same-day delivery on thousands of products like power tools and storage to tackle any last-minute garage project. Summer your way with 4th of July savings from the Home Depot. How doers get more done. Order select and stock items by 4 p.m. subject to availability.
Hi, I'm attorney David Gruber. After an accident, you need a trusted winning team on your side. For more than 30 years, Gruber Law Offices has helped Wisconsin families get the results they deserve. If you've been injured, call our firm today for a free consultation. We're available 24/7. Wisconsin's own Gruber Law Offices, proud partner of your Milwaukee Brewers. One call, that's all.
You're probably being overwhelmed with information about semaglutide, the game-changing FDA-approved weight loss treatment. Jim Rutledge here. I was like you. I didn't know what it was until I saw Dr. Nestor Rodriguez at Carbon World Health. He can walk you through the benefits. He can tell you if it's right for you, and then you could come up with a plan to change your life with a workout plan and semaglutide. With that plan, I dropped 20% body fat to 10% body fat, and I dropped over 20 pounds of fat and kept my muscle. You can do the same thing. Go see Dr. Nestor Rodriguez at Carbon World Health.
When you're in the right place at the right time, things get done. The important things, like knowing what you need and how it all works. Talking truck. Fixing it right the first time. At Zimbrick Chevrolet, our people get it done right and now. That's how you know you're in the right place at the right time. And you'll never overpay at Zimbrick Chevrolet.
Join the Madison Money Guy, Christian Finfrock, for Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Get the information you need as you plan for retirement. That's Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Investment advisory services offered through Retirement Income Strategies, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
Are you in need of expert exterior renovations? Look no further than Ridgetop Exteriors. For over 22 years, we've been the trusted name in roofing, siding, windows, doors, and gutter replacements.
I couldn't be happier with the new roof Ridgetop Exteriors installed. It's like having a brand new home.
The team at Ridgetop Exteriors made upgrading my siding a breeze. Quality work and friendly service.
With a track record of excellence, we take pride in transforming houses into dream homes. Visit us today at ridgetopexteriors.com for a free consultation. Ridgetop Exteriors, your trusted local affordable partners.
Wisconsin enjoys a rich history in broadcasting, which we celebrated the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association Hall of Fame. We honor those who have devoted their careers to serving their local communities as legendary broadcasters. The Wisconsin Broadcasters Hall of Fame, inside the Hilton Milwaukee City Center.
This is Kyle Brust-Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Those streets that never sleep when the sky goes dark, out where the wild things are.
Producer Alex Strofe playing Greg Gard's favorite artist, Luke Combs. I believe he read that in an article. Good on Strophe. We welcome into Kyle Brust-Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. Myself, Ben Brust, former Badger punter Brad Nortman, and Wisconsin backer, kind of a fraudulent Badger fan though, Kyle Wallace here with us. Greg Gard, head coach of the Wisconsin men's basketball team. Welcome into the show. You were rooting for Marquette in the tournament.
No, not. It's true. I'll root for
Coach, how are you?
How we doing, guys? Good. How you doing, Ben?
We're doing well. We're doing well. And happy to have you on because this is the third year of the Alumni Charity Challenge at Summerfest this Friday, June 28th at 4 p.m. You're going to have myself, Kirk Penny, who's a part of your staff, but not a true assistant, so he has the ability to play an event like this, and Brevin Pritzel. We've won the last 2 years, so there's our humble brag. But go to summerfest.com/alumni charity challenge to make a donation to GAC and get a free Summerfest ticket. Coach, first and foremost, you had the signature event in May. How's everything going with Guarding Against Cancer and all the work you've done raising funds that stay here in the state of Wisconsin?
It's been going well. I mean, obviously I can't thank people enough for all the support they've given, over the last 8 years or almost 8 years now. We're cresting towards $9 million raised in that amount of time. So, obviously, the big event you mentioned in May, but all these other events, as you mentioned, that you guys are trying to go for the three-peat. Looks like you got 3 shooters.
Yeah.
There.
Yeah, I feel
Kirk
good. How's Kirk's shot? Have you seen it at all, or
good.
like before
really
and after
good.
practice?
Really good. Really good. Hope you've been in the gym, Ben, because you got to carry your weight.
I was 9 for 16 in my men's league, on Monday. Cool.
Cool. Good.
Greg,
But no, everything with the GAC is going awesome, and just continue to help everybody across the state in this fight.
That's outstanding. We love Guarding Against Cancer, and it does so much good for the state of Wisconsin. And keeping the money within the state for cancer research is just unbelievable. So thank you for all your hard work with that. And, as I think about Wisconsin athletics, I see it with the Wisconsin football team. And times are different from when Ben and I played, right? When high school recruiting was of the utmost importance, that creates your pipeline because transferring was just so hard, no NIL. Things are so much different nowadays, and it just got me thinking, as the Wisconsin basketball team, recruits high school and tries to get transfers in, what's more important for the Wisconsin Badger basketball team? Is it like the high school commitments, or is it the transfer commitments? Which recruiting is more valuable nowadays?
Well, and you got to add
or even recruiting your own players, Coach.
Internationally has exploded here because of NIL. So you're trying to find the balance, and I don't think you can, in today's world, you can't be successful with all high school players because you can't afford to be that young. And there's just so many good players that come out in the portal, so you're able to add some experience. And then, as I mentioned previously here, I've just watched the international recruiting just explode, and I think it's only going to become more now that there's NIL opportunities internationally. And so you're trying to find the balance. You're constantly, and literally, I walked out of a meeting 20 minutes ago with my staff, looking forward to 25, 26, and what our roster looks like, and how we need to supplement it with experience. And I mean, there's just so many options on the table and so many unknowns right now that you want to make sure you're exploring everything and not be.
Greg Gard, Wisconsin men's basketball team. Kyle Brust-Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. Coach, I spent some time in Madison over the weekend, and it's always a joy to see Badger fans, and I was around former teammates that you obviously helped coach with us as we went through a great time back in 14 and the 15 run I was not a part of. But when it comes to fans coming up to me and talking about the program, there's still going to be fans of Wisconsin basketball, but it always starts with, I miss the days of 4-year guys. And I guess what I ask you is, you put together a team right now of guys you had to recruit in your own program, right? That's part of this as well.
Right.
Transfers, high school kids, and with the transfer portal, you went and got guys. Even to someone like me who loves the game and sees this team coming together, what can you tell us about some of these guys that people may not know a lot about, but know that you went and got them in the portal? Like, what does the construction of this team look like in the early phases of summer?
Well, it is really early. We're barely a week into it, Ben. But, we've tried to go and make sure we're too deep at every position and really good in those positions. So, obviously, we brought in a point guard and Cameron Hunter. We brought in a wing and John Tanjay, and we brought in, kind of a hybrid forward. Can play some on the wing, probably more than I thought he could be in watching him here over the week. And we thought more of a 4, but he's got more wing skills than we realized in Xavier Amos. So those 3 guys, coming in with the mindset to contribute right out of the gate and help us right away. And then you have the core of the returners of Klesmit and Winter and Blackwell and Crowell and Gilmore and Elver, those guys all back. And then you add in, 2 freshmen and, a guy that redshirted last year, Jack Janicki. And we're also in the process of having an international player join us here later this summer or early in the fall. So we're working through that. So it's just, like I said, trying to get too deep at every single position and have quality, 1 through 5.
Coach, the landscape of college basketball, specifically men's college basketball and men's football, I mean, this just can't be sustainable. I mean, burnout. I mean, as a coach and many other coaches I'm sure you talk to, do you all find this fun? Like, this has to be exhausting, because Ben just alluded to, like, as a fan, it's like, this is exhausting trying to keep up with everything, everybody moving all the time. Do you ever get to a point, or do you know people in the college basketball landscape that are like, man, this just can't be sustainable?
Well, I think sustainable in how we've done it here for the last 2 years or so, probably not. But I think we're getting to a point where revenue sharing is going to come to fruition in 25, 26, it looks like. So it will help in some regards. I don't think it's going to be a cure-all. I think the biggest thing with this settlement that took place and got voted on last month to kind of clear some of these lawsuits so the NCAA can get some type of antitrust backing with Congress to get some type of guardrails and system in place and have some structure to it and just to create some parity. Because really, from every single school you talk to, and I think men's basketball is way out front of every other sport, not only in terms of portal impact, NIL impact, NIL dollars, just the men's basketball seems to be a year plus ahead of every other sport in terms of how we're operating and where we've moved to. So, like I said, hopefully with the settlement, some revenue sharing, that'll bring some stability to it. But I think I tell fans all the time that I talk to, you have to put, as Ben mentioned, watching a player for 4 years or 5 years, or that it was great. I loved it, but I also have to realize that we've moved to a different era, and you have to embrace that and accept that and adapt to it. Because if you try to stay in the years gone by mindset, you're going to get really rolled over pretty fast, because the experience and the talent and the depth of rosters, because of the portal and what NIL has been allowed schools and different universities to do, it's changed the game. We've become professional sports, but we don't have the guardrails and the structure around it that we need yet. We got to get there. We're not there yet, but that's literally in how you look at a roster, how you manage your team, how you construct a roster, even how I've constructed my coaching staff, and I've changed some things. It's more and more resembling a pro organization, and you have to look at that from the top down.
Coach, it's really well said, and you have to think about all these different dynamics at play, and one of those that you mentioned earlier was this emergence of international talent. And honestly, I hear that, and I think Giannis, Jokic, Luka, I mean, it is becoming an international game more so than ever. So I got to ask, when it comes to recruiting, how is recruiting an international player different than a domestic player?
Well, you're doing a lot of over Zoom, which we just did one today. A lot of Zoom, a lot of phone calls, a lot of WhatsApp, to do the international calls. So you're just trying to create a network. And I think having, 2 or 3 coaches on my staff now, you mentioned Kirk Penny's played in a lot of places. Lance Randall, who's on my staff, is actually overseas right now coaching the Great Britain national team in the European Championships. So and Joe played in several countries. So to be able to have people that have had experience and have contacts, and then you just start to grow your network and you keep making your net bigger and bigger and bigger. But, you watch the draft tonight and it will be, you'll see half that first round will be international. And I think there's 440 players in the NBA. I saw a stat a few months ago right now, or 440 players in with all the rosters. There's 128 international players, or around that, 125. They're projecting by 2028, half the NBA will be international. Wow. So you can just see the influx because of the systems, because of the development that is done better in Europe and in Australia,
better,
and New Zealand. Yeah, I mean, so you're just seeing that impact, and in our country, we got to catch up. We got to change how we're training our young players and young kids, and do more fundamental development, because we're seeing what's happening in places that you mentioned. You mentioned Luka Doncic and Giannis and all those where they got their training. You can definitely see the difference just watching film of players over there that are, 15, 16, 17 years old, 19 years old. They're playing against grown men, but they're also, you can tell they're really well coached and really well trained. It's not just roll the ball out and play, 4 games in a day and then do it again the next day. They're really strategic in how they train and bring people through the ranks of their clubs.
So did we just set ourselves backwards in this state? It just came to my head when you said that, as I think about when I was overseas, seeing the teams and the shot clocks, even for kids in middle school and high school and everything that was coming up through the European leagues, the WIA with no shot clock being passed through. Does that hurt the development of the state and these players?
Yes. Yeah. We need the shot clock in this state, and I've been a proponent with it. I'm on the WBCA executive board, and I know there's a lot of people on that board that are in favor of it, but they haven't been able to get it far enough along where the Board of Control, the WIA, has voted it through. But there is no doubt the impact in a positive way that it would make in the development of players. It'd make coaching better. It'd make officiating better. It's not that hard to run a shot clock. Actually, you have more errors on an actual score clock and than you do on a shot clock. And if you do, you just like we do in our games, you stop it and you get it right. So it's definitely, I think, pausing or halting the development of our players. In other states, I know Illinois is going to it, I think, in another 2 years, and other states are continuing to move forward with it. So it's something, hopefully, for the betterment of our game in this state, that we get to it here sooner than later.
Talk with Coach Greg Gard here on Kyle Brust and Ortman. And Coach, before we let you go, I have a question for you. I'm going to give my pitch about myself as a player at Wisconsin, and you have the ability to help me lose sleep tonight. Obviously, I missed out on this rev share and NIL, but say I'm coming off of my junior year. Somehow I led the team in scoring. We weren't very good offensively, but still set this school record in threes for a year, around 90-ish. What do you think the ballpark is, Yodely game style, and the Price is Right? Tell me when to stop of NIL money that I could have made as a senior.
Leading scorer?
Yeah, 11.1 junior year. Yeah, believe that or not, It's true.
Yeah. You're a little small for a shooter, okay, given the market value. You played on it. Didn't we do a one and done in the tournament? Didn't we lose to...
We did lose to Ole Miss.
Oh, Marshall.
What was his name?
Marshall.
Still don't like him, Coach.
Yeah.
Hit the Michigan shot, so I got some branding. I got some branding going.
Yeah. And, your personality, Ben, especially if you would pose in some of those cheeseheads that you did at times when the Packers whacked your Bears.
It's true, back in the day.
You'd have some brand. You'd have some marketability. A little bit. You do okay. You do all well for yourself. You can
North,
afford a new set of golf clubs.
you don't have to give me a true number, but north of 300?
300
in total for your career?
I mean, I've seen some of these numbers. They're getting outrageous.
No, if you got 300 now, I'm training my kid now.
Are you talking in the current era? If we
current era, yes, current era.
Yeah, that's probably that's the median for you.
Oh, the median. Oh, no. I played at the wrong time. I'm going to be up all night, Coach, but I appreciate the honesty.
No problem.
But
fortunately, you're not. But your defensive ability, Ben, we'd probably have to factor that in, and that'd be some reduction.
Well, you guys did a good job of hiding me.
It did get better. It did get much better.
Coach, thanks for coming on, and I'm excited to represent Guarding Against Cancer on Friday again. As a part of the show, we also did the Touchdowns for Love with Jordan Love, which helped get $50,000 plus for Guarding Against Cancer. So
yes, I still owe you some money on that.
Yes, don't worry. Our key cog of GAC, Heather Garrison, we've discussed that, but we're trying to make sure we give you the time to continue to do what you need to do to keep all of us Wisconsin fans happy. But $8.5 million raised throughout the time of GAC. Bill Raftery was the guest at the event in May. Coach, thank you for all you do in the state, and thank you for the candid conversation about where college basketball and the Wisconsin Badgers are going.
And thanks for jumping out there with Kirk and Brevin on Friday. And thankfully, this Alumni Charity Challenge is all based on offense, because that's three players that definitely the needle pointed that way in their careers.
Yes. Well, we appreciate the time, Coach, and look forward to bringing back the three-peat.
Sounds good. Thanks, guys.
That's Coach Greg Gard of the Wisconsin Badgers joining Kyle Brust-Norton. We'll react to Coach. I thought he had a really interesting point on a couple different bases. Kyle, you had a great question because I couldn't do it. I mean, I would have caved if I had. I'd be like, I'm almost done with this. This sucks.
I mean, you see coaches, Dabo Swinney from Clemson. Clemson was becoming a dynasty, but he decided not to buy in. You see at Virginia, Tony Bennett, struggling to buy into what the new landscape is. It is exhausting.
Trophy?
Yeah, I mean, look at the Packers' new defensive coordinator.
Yeah.
Jeff Hafley left college football as a head coach at Boston College because he was sick of internal recruiting, external recruiting, and everything that goes into it. It's complete chaos.
We'll dive a little deeper with you, KBN Nation, next.
This is Kyle Brust-Nortman, KBN.
Subarus, anybody in the Subaru driving down Fond du Lac or Capitol, I'm like, you are not where you need to be driving that slow.
I mean, if we're being honest, it's always a Subaru.
It is always a Subaru.
And they likely have a lot of bumper stickers.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute.
Varsity on Wisconsin On Demand is home to all the latest and best Badgers content on ESPN Wisconsin. Subscribe on Apple, Spotify, Wisconsin On Demand, and wherever you get your podcasts.
And with your Badger Minute, I'm Alex Gravatt. Senior Badger Phoebe Bacon continues to add to her illustrious swimming career as she qualified for the 2024 Paris Olympics in the 200 backstroke on Friday. Bacon won the NCAA National Championship in the 200 backstroke earlier this year, and she took second in the qualifying race, just over 1 second behind national champion Reagan Smith. Bacon will join 10 other Badgers in the Paris Games, which start later in July, and the other Badgers will compete in men's track and field, women's volleyball, women's rugby, men's swimming, and women's rowing.
Pella can customize windows and doors that match any era's architecture. Order today and get 0% interest for up to 36 months at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Ben Brust here to tell you about Neutral. Vodka, seltzer, real juice. If you're wondering what makes Neutral so tasty, it's pretty simple. Using real vodka with real juice, because when good ingredients go in, great taste comes out. So cheers to that. Neutral, keep it tasty and enjoy the best time of the year, May through the summer. Neutral will be there for you. With a variety of different flavors, there's something for everyone. Neutral, vodka, seltzer, real juice.
If you're looking for a new couch, you could cut down on expenses by bundling your car and renter's insurance with Progressive. Because you know you've had this couch for too long. Sure, you've had good times together, but a ripped-up cushion is not a fond memory. It's a sign. Notice how other people have couches with 2 armrests? Now that's living, right? No, it's just normal. So bundle your renters and car insurance with Progressive and put the savings toward a new couch. Please, it's time. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company coverage provided in service by affiliates and third-party insurers. Not available in all states.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? On America's birthday weekend? Why not stop by America's #1 brakes destination? Right now, you can save 15% when you buy a set of OE quality Duralast pads and rotors, and up to 50% when you bundle Shop Pro brake cleaner and brake fluid with Silglide brake lubricant. It's just part of our 4th of July sale at AutoZone.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Julie, you've been here at Pasquale's for a while. What comes to mind when you think of Pasquale's Cantina?
Fun, fresh, local, and the best margaritas in town.
Ah, yes, and that's because we have the largest tequila selection in Madison and the surrounding area. For me, I love that we're Madison's favorite friends and family gathering spot.
That's because of our great customers who have followed Pasquale's over the years. So for me, it's our guests that make Pasquale's Cantina.
Bringing the flavors of the Southwest to the Midwest. Pasquale's Cantina.
Attention Badger fans, the countdown to kickoff is on. Get ready for Wisconsin football this fall as single game tickets are now available with select games starting at just $35. Don't miss out on big Badger matchups including Oregon and Penn State, all on the home turf. Secure your seats today and experience the excitement and energy of Badger football at Camp Randall Stadium this season. For more information on single game tickets, call 1-800-GO-BADGERS or visit uwbadgers.com. That's uwbadgers.com.
Join the Madison Money Guy, Christian Finfrock, for Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Get the information you need as you plan for retirement. That's Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Investment advisory services offered through Retirement Income Strategies, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
For official rules and more information about every contest on 100.5 ESPN, visit ESPNWisconsinContests.com. That's ESPNWisconsinContests.com. You're listening to 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN app.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, brought to you by Busch Light on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Madison YouTube channel, and Wisconsin On Demand.
You may not be able to be part of this NIL thing going on in college sports, but you can make money playing the Underdog Fantasy Sports app, and it's so easy
and
to
no
win.
meeting in the middle. It's more or less.
No, it's higher or lower.
Higher or lower.
It's higher or lower. Yeah, no meeting in the middle. It's higher or lower than what you really want. And with Underdog Fantasy Sports, you can win real money, up to 10 times your money. Here's how it works. You pick between 2 to 5 players from 2 different teams. You select higher or lower on those player stats, and if your picks hit, you can win up to 100 times your money. So go to their easy-to-use mobile app or UnderdogFantasy.com to sign up using promo code KBN. That is promo code KBN, and Underdog got the hookup for you. They'll give you a mystery special pick to use on your first pick 'em entry, plus they'll give you a deposit offer. What I love is though they give you something when you sign up using promo code KBN, every once in a while they'll give you promotional offers as well. It is so fun. So you got to get in the game today with the Underdog Fantasy Sports app so you can win real money. Promo code KBN. And remember, must be 18 plus and present in the state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concern with your play. Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
He's Kyle Wallace. I'm Ben Brust alongside Brad Nortman. Big shout out to Coach Greg Gard, who will be recruiting worldwide moving forward.
Worldwide.
Prestige. Greg Gard just joined us. If you missed our interview with Coach, make sure you go to WisconsinOnDemand.com, interviews tab, Kyle Brust and Norman, or go to YouTube and find our show. He joined us at around 35 minutes into the show. And Brad, you hit it. It's got me thinking. He's talking about in 4 or 5 years that half of the NBA will be international players. I believe it. I really do. I mean, the international competition continues to get better. We're seeing the guys that you mentioned in the interview, Jokic, Luka, Giannis, and there's a ton more coming, taking over this league.
You know what it tells me? It tells me we're looking at maybe 2024, 2 Olympics from now.
That's exactly where my head's going.
Oh. Team USA may be on the ropes because all the famous players that we have now, they're getting old. Like you look at Team USA, a lot of guys in their 30s probably playing in their last Team USA Olympics. So it'll be interesting to see come 2028, really 2032, what happens on the international stage? Will we fall back to the early 2000s?
Like, is Anthony Edwards going to be able to be like the key cog over the next 10 years to make sure that this USA dominance of Olympic sports and worldwide competition happens? But, I mean, like, to hear that Greg Gard from Wisconsin, like, we're in Wisconsin. We're in, our show airs across Wisconsin. We're specifically right now sitting in Milwaukee. I was just in Madison talking with Badger fans. Coach Gard has to recruit his own players. He has to do the transfer portal. He has to do high school, and he has to do international. And I thought that was a fascinating question, Kyle. Like, he's not gonna say it, and it's gotta be hard as hell.
No, you burnt out.
Look, like, I know we do this thing where we talk about Jordan Love's contract and $60 million, and the coaches get paid, blah blah blah. But I'm not gonna lie, I feel bad for these coaches. It must suck. They don't have a life. I've talked to other coaches as well where they say, look, if I am on vacation and I put my phone down, I am losing to others. It's the old adage, right? If you're not working out, somebody else is. If you're not working hard, someone else wants your job.
It's a tough way to live.
Well, when they talk about kind of revamping his staff, and I've seen it with Wisconsin football, right, is revamping that recruitment department. The recruiting department is the most important thing now, right, because that is basically how you go out and how you impress kids. And in order for Wisconsin to survive, I mean, be relevant the way that we're used to Wisconsin being relevant basically our entire lives, if you have to have a great recruiting department and you have to have a great NIL collective that's able to keep a guy like Ben Bruss, because if Ben Bruss is getting $300,000,
it would have been more.
I don't know what these top kids are getting, because I mean, and Wisconsin is full of talent. I mean, full of basketball talent every single year. If you're getting $300,000, we just had a kid help me with his name, Con Knipple. That kid went to Duke. Oh no, I wonder what he's getting.
Did this
I wonder what he's getting.
Did this cocky host of ours just slip in? Oh, it would have been more.
It would have. He said the median was 300, and I have a feeling that I'd work with some good people to make sure that I would get that over 300,000.
Glad hand your way to a couple extra.
I mean, the Michigan shot in itself, like with the marketability, Coach said it himself.
Are you forgetting your teammate was the National Player of the Year?
Yeah, but that's not the year that it happened. I asked after my junior year, 2013, because like then I'd be heading into my senior year. Am I looking to go elsewhere?
Sam Becker's making more than you.
Of course. But my point is, if Chucky Hepburn, who again, like Chucky's a good, solid defender, he's a good player. I saw he's making Louisville.
What you saw or you heard?
Saw. I mean, it's reported. It's reported like 750.
He's getting,
and that's my point. If you think I'm making $300,000, you're crazy.
I love Wisconsin.
I'm an asset.
I really do. My dream as a kid, just like any other kid who plays football here in the state of Wisconsin, born and raised in the state of Wisconsin, we want to be like you, Brad. We want to play football at Wisconsin, but I will tell you this now, and I'm very, very loyal. If I got offered
$200,000,
$300,000 to leave Wisconsin to go somewhere else,
and you're saying extra on top of what you were getting at Wisconsin,
yes, that would be impossible for me to stay.
Kyle, I was with you guys. We were at Deer District, and I ran into Chucky. And I've even heard Coach Gard talk about the landscape of like, there's not much I can do when a program, and this is what we're in now, like Louisville's not a football program. Louisville's a basketball.
They are.
Like all the donors are going to put money towards basketball more than football. And so when you're at Wisconsin, you got two premier teams that you're trying to keep at a high level that have been sustained success for the last 20 to 30 years, from Barry's run to Bennett and Bo, and even going back a little bit before Bennett. You see what you're against. And I talked to Chucky, and you can see the confliction of how much he loved the University of Wisconsin, but his earning power of making what he can make at where he goes. Can't blame the kid. And I said it to his face, like, look, I get it, man. Like, it sucks. Do I wish you were a Badger? Absolutely. But looking him in the face, we'd all do the same thing. You just say yourself.
We would all do the same thing. And what it does is it erodes the advantage that the University of Wisconsin had or currently has, right? I mean, there's not many places where you can say, look, academics, social, team success, support you get. I mean, literally, it has everything you would look for in a student athlete. All that doesn't matter anymore. It's all about money. So all the advantages that University of Wisconsin had, football and basketball, doesn't matter anymore. It's all about money. It's just a shame.
And if it is all about money in sports, it may be all about money and what you can do with it in your life. And if you're looking for affordable family fun, kids 16 and under get in free. We're talking about all these big dollar signs. You may not have that, and that's okay. You go to all these events, you get in the stadium, the arena, boom, this costs this costs this. Next thing you know, you're like, man, I just paid for like a car payment while I was at this event. Not at Road America, because kids 16 and under getting free. You can camp on site. You can have all the fun in the world. June 28th through the 30th, the Trans Am Speed Tour is next. So come for that experience. Stay for the race. RoadAmerica.com. Get your tickets today. Kyle Brust and Ortman, across ESPN Wisconsin. We'll be back in 2 minutes. Don't go anywhere.
Busch Light is not only as cold and smooth as the mountain stream, it's also brewed for the farmers and ranchers. Ben Brust here. Join me in saying cheers to those who work in the backbone in the state of Wisconsin. Pick up your limited edition Busch Light corn cans today. For every case of these limited edition cans, Busch Light is donating to Farm Rescue. Pick up Busch Light corn cans today, wherever you get your delicious beer. Offer good through June 30th, 2024, up to $200,000. Eligible package sizes 15 packs, 18 packs, 24 packs, and 30 packs. Case equal 24 pack case equivalent. Enjoy responsibly. 2024 Anheuser-Busch. Busch Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Hey, this is Eric Name of The Athletic. You're listening to Madison's home of the Bucks, 100.5 ESPN, WTLX Monona, Madison, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good afternoon, Madison. My name is Riley Yauk, and this is your Sports Center update, brought to you by Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin's Road America. The Trans Am Speed Tour is coming up June 28th through the 30th. That's this weekend. Get your tickets today and check out the full season schedule at roadamerica.com. After a largely uninspiring NBA Finals, the time has come to turn the page to the 2024 NBA Draft. Round 1 begins tonight on ESPN at 7 p.m. Central, with coverage beginning at 6 right here on 100.5 ESPN at 6, immediately following Rutledge and Hamilton. The Bucks hold the 23rd and 33rd overall picks this year. ESPN NBA writers Jonathan Giovanni and Jeremy Wu have Milwaukee using their first pick to select Kyle Filipowski out of Duke in their latest mock draft. Interesting choice. Head on over to ESPNWisconsin.com to check out who else they have the Bucks drafting, along with all your NBA draft coverage. Out at American Family Field, Dallas Keuchel made his Brewers debut today, as the Brewers are currently knotted up with the Texas Rangers 5-5. Jake Bauers at a grand slam, Jackson Chourio inside the park home run.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studios in Madison, this is Kyle Brust and Nordman, KBN. Sponsored by Busch Light on ESPN Wisconsin, ESPN Madison on YouTube, and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Kyle Brust and Nordman across ESPN Wisconsin. Am I salty? The Coach Guard of the Wisconsin Badgers said median around $300,000 for my senior year of college. Yes, I'm salty, because anything of six figures at age 20, 21, 22 would be, gosh, darn amazing.
So he's saying median of a whole roster?
No, of my earning potential heading into my senior year
given
of college.
Given your profile, yeah.
That's Brad Nortman. I'm Ben Brust alongside Kyle Wallace.
At least you got your baby girl.
At least I have a wonderful baby girl that I opened up a 529. You know, that could have been funded already, but now I got to do year by year and grind for my baby.
And you got what? Then you have a fiance.
Beautiful fiance. It's all amazing.
Money isn't everything.
It's all amazing, I swear.
All the non-financial blessings a man could have. Ben Brust has it.
For sure. Alex Strofe, how are you doing back there?
I'm good. Why do you ask?
I don't know. I thought it was an interesting conversation with Coach Guard, you know, because we do get really wrapped up. And look, at the end of the day, it is a what have you done for me lately world. And the truth and the fact of the matter is the Badgers have not been into a Sweet 16 since 2017.
It was eye-opening for me, because that is the exact thing. You guys know, during the NCAA tournament, I was frustrated with Wisconsin because what I had grown accustomed to. Now, you tried to tell me numbers were crazy, and it's hard to keep players, but hearing it straight from Coach what your value would have been, and again, you were a good college basketball player, but you weren't, the best. You weren't an AJ Store, and you weren't a Chucky Hepburn. I mean, Chucky
set the all-time three-point record.
Chucky Hepburn, he didn't.
Cool. I averaged more points than Sam Decker.
You weren't AJ Store.
Cool. 2 years. The 2 years that was your junior year.
AJ Store's, he's.
I'm not saying I'm AJ Store. I'm just saying don't devalue your boy now.
I'm saying you're a very good player, but understanding what the landscape is now and with what Wisconsin is up against, maybe I need to lower my expectations of Sweet 16 every single year because you got to recruit your own guys and you have to have enough money to convince guys to stay and come.
And what I wonder is if you would have recreated your team, Ben.
It wouldn't have existed. Nigel Hayes was campaigning for money. He would have gone.
But I'm saying, think about the tidal wave of NIL money that would influx the Wisconsin Badger basketball team after making 2 straight Final Fours or a Final Four. That would also then raise all ships.
You're right.
Be making a whole lot more than $300K.
The timing of which it all happens.
Yeah, if you'd recreate that team today,
correct,
then it would be even more.
It would attract more donors. Yes. It would attract more money coming into the program, right? Even the same goes for the Wisconsin Badgers when they've made the Rose Bowl runs. 2017, they were 12-0. Heading into the Big Ten championship game against Ohio State. All these things, timing-wise, are really interesting with where Coach Gard is at with the program, now in the transition of Luke Fickell. And one thing that I do want to say is we had this conversation, Kyle, about how frustrating it is. And it's weird to be talking college basketball in the summer. I get it. I feel it. But at the same time, I do appreciate what it felt like. It seems like Coach Gard definitely understands the landscape. Talking about hey, it looks like rev share in blank, right? So if he's got the right mindset and is ahead of everything, that could help set everything up where when there is a rev share, he's ready to share that, educate and be like, all right, here's what I can offer you. And as this team gets better and grows and we make revenue, you make revenue. It's fascinating. This isn't the college world that I grew up. I'm fascinated.
It's fascinating. I got to know, ever since Coach Gard threw that $300K number around for Ben, let's be honest, okay? Even me, pretty financially conservative, if we were all to get that big payday in college, what would be at least the one thing you guys would go out and get? What would be that thing? Would it be a BA condo, the best possible apartment? Would it be a car? What would it be for you guys in college for that big paycheck? What would it be?
You can say badass condo.
Okay. I thought he meant big. I thought he meant big when he said it.
No. What would it be? Or would you just
So I saw a video actually
treat the bar every
somebody
night.
Asking 2 college athletes who just got NIL money. One was like, I got a Rolex.
A Rolex
is nothing. I would get a section. I would have a set. Well,
but a Rolex is nothing.
A Rolex is expensive, but what is a Rolex? Listen, I'm telling you, everything I did in college, it wasn't about getting a Rolex. It was about getting the shorties. That's what it was about. So anything to impress the shorties.
You're using your money for shorties?
You know what shorties like? Shorties like bottle service. Shorties like drinks. Shorties like being shown a good time. Shorties like not having to pay for nothing. And so a 21-year-old Kyle Wallace would have had shorties around him who he understood were all there for the money, but I would have benefited as well.
So you'd be buying bottle service, whatever the bar wants.
Brad, I was broke and I was buying girls drink back in 2011. What you think I'm going to do if I wasn't broke?
Well, if he was smart, Brad, he would have bought him what?
Oh, he would have bought Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, of course.
I was going to say, he'd buy him some carveless, but he can buy him some windows, too. He can buy them all.
I am not buying no women windows. You must be crazy about that one.
Oh, man. But you know what? Guys, if it was me, and I got that payday,
Lexi, we're getting windows.
I would increase the value of my property.
Yeah, you would.
I would decrease the air conditioning bill of my unit every month. Because I would go with Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. It'd be too sweet of a deal to not go for, right, Ben? You would get windows,
You're like, oh my gosh, I just got $400,000 and I got 0% interest. I can make money on the market and then pay 0% interest on these windows. Ching, 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 win, win, win all the way around with Gina Dell from Pella and the team at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Hit him with the offer, Brad. That was absolutely amazing.
The offer is just too good. It would be too good to pass up, whether it's me at age 34 or me at age 18 years old getting an NIL
I want
check.
Windows.
It is 0%. That is right. 0% interest for 36 months. That's 3 years of no interest with Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. How can you pass that up? You can't. That's the answer. But it ends by June 30th. It's only 4 days away, so you better hustle to PellaWI.com today.
We hear from Brad Nortman in our favorite segment, Hear Brad Out. Next.
This is Kyle Brust and Nortman.
Giannis does look like a longer, he beats on his body, like kind of plays so rough you wonder about. Shut up, Max. Yeah.
I'm not letting that one pass.
Yeah, I just realized beats on his body. Like, I meant like physical,
I don't
man.
know what y'all talking about.
Physicality down
come
there.
on, Kyle.
No, you guys are, I don't know what it is, but I'm sure your minds are in the gutter. Grow up.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Ben Brust here for Zimbrick European off the Beltline at Rimrock Road. It's been over 4.5 years I've worked with Zimbrick European, and it's time for you to stop on by and check out all the inventory they have to offer. You can also go to ZimbrickEuropean.com for certified pre-owns, Mercedes, Audi, Porsche, electric vehicles. They literally have it all for you. It's your one-stop shop. Don't forget about Mercedes-Benz Sprinter vans as well. Zimbrick European off the Beltline at Rimrock Road. Check it out. You will enjoy it.
Jim Rutledge here to talk to you about North and South Seafood and Smokehouse, the official barbecue joint of Rutledge and Hamilton and the official barbecue joint of the Rutledge household. We love going to all three of their locations, whether it's in DeForest, Madison, or in Verona. We get the same great service and food every time we go, no matter the location. Even better, when we have parties, cookouts, or anything in between, I don't have to spend all my time over the grill. Instead, I give a call to the folks at North and South Seafood and Smokehouse. So hurry in to North and South Seafood and Smokehouse, the official barbecue joint of Rutledge and Hamilton and the official barbecue joint of the Rutledge household.
ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tauscher here telling you about Prize Picks, America's #1 daily fantasy sports app with over 5 million active members. Prize Picks is the easiest and most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports. On Prize Picks, it's just you against the numbers. Pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections and watch the winnings roll in. Get in on the daily action with your friends and become part of the Prize Picks community today. You can win up to 100 times your money on Prize Picks with as little as 4 correct picks. Turn $10 into $1,000. If you're looking for promotions, Prize Picks has got you covered every week. From lowering select player stat projections on Tuesdays to help your lineup hit, or getting your entry fees back if you have a losing lineup on Fridays. Even with the new Hoops champion crowned, the Hoops action doesn't stop on Prize Picks. Women's basketball is heating up. Download the Prize Picks app today. Use code WI for a first deposit match up to $100. That's code WI. Pick more, pick less. It's that easy.
Attention Badger fans, the countdown to kickoff is on. Get ready for Wisconsin football this fall as single game tickets are now available with select games starting at just $35. Don't miss out on big Badger matchups including Oregon and Penn State, all on the home turf. Secure your seats today and experience the excitement and energy of Badger football at Camp Randall Stadium this season. For more information on single game tickets, call 1-800-GO-BADGERS or visit uwbadgers.com. That's uwbadgers.com.
Every event tells a story, from the first impression to the final moments. Have someone guide your guests through every chapter the way you want the story told. Hi, it's Jeffrey from Celebrations Entertainment. With a strong presence, great voices, and an award-winning team, trust us to guide, direct, and inform your guests through all the different chapters of the day. For fun, memorable entertainment for any event, please visit us at celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
Play where the Badgers play and enjoy a round at University Ridge Golf Course, the official course of the University of Wisconsin and host of the annual AmFam Championship. It's easy to see why University Ridge is consistently rated among the best public courses in Wisconsin. Whether it's a tournament, a corporate event, or just a golf outing with family and friends, University Ridge will make sure that you have an enjoyable golf experience from start to finish. Book your tee time today at universityridge.com. That's universityridge.com.
At the U.S. Center for State Sport, we believe athletes are defined by their journey, not the medals they win. And creating a safer stage for all levels of competition is our priority. Join the movement to end abuse at uscenterforstatesport.org.
For official rules and more information about every contest on 100.5 ESPN, visit ESPNWisconsinContests.com. That's ESPNWisconsinContests.com. You're listening to 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN app.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, brought to you by Busch Light on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Madison YouTube channel, and Wisconsin On Demand.
I just wanna rollie with a dapper ranch. I already got some designer to
Relive the greatest postseason run in Milwaukee Bucks history with the Bucks in 6 podcast. Bucks in 6 presents a special series commemorating the Bucks title run back in 2021. From the thrilling 7-game series against the Nets, I remember where I was for that one, to the 50-piece from Giannis in the finals, remember where I was for that one too. Immerse yourself in the sounds of each playoff round.
I was
Bucks in 6. Cool. On the Bucks Plus Audio Network. Find it now on bucks.com/plus, P-L-U-S, the Bucks app, or on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Well-deserved paper throw from Alex Strofe as I was peppering just comments all over him as he just powered through the Bucks in 6.
Yeah, you're known for doing that.
I like to mess with you a little bit.
Oh, it ain't just me.
Yeah. I like to mess with all you a little bit. Kyle, Brust, and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman, Alex Strofe here with us. You, KBN Nation, can get into the show 800-990-3776. On YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison. Now, open up those ears and open up the brain to Brad Nortman as he gives you one of his best ideas ever. I'm just putting the pressure on you. I don't know if it is or not. Hear Brad out now.
They say punters are people too.
Punters are worthy of breaking news.
No, really, that's what they say.
Raising awareness everywhere that punters are people too.
Okay, let's go to it. Time to hear from the punter. Time to hear Brad out.
All right, guys.
All right, guys.
Guys, you're lucky because I do like this idea, Ben. I'm not sure if it's the best idea I ever had on Hear Brad Out, but this is a top one. Mostly, other professional leagues are looking to steal ideas from the NFL. It's time that the NFL steals an idea from the NBA. Guys,
that's what was
intriguing.
Yeah.
That was a great
setup.
The draft is tonight, but what sets the draft order for the NBA? It's the NBA draft lottery. I suggest that the NFL adopts a draft lottery for the top 5 teams. Not all the bottom teams that don't make the playoffs, but the top 5 teams that are the worst record in the NFL. Instead of immediate slotting into the draft, there should be a lottery for those 5 teams that set the order for the top draft picks. The top 5 draft picks of any given draft in the NFL are massive. They're franchise changing, and as we saw this last year, they're oftentimes quarterback. How much more intrigue would it be if when the season ends, you don't know who's actually going to get those teams? Think about it. It's going to decrease tanking, which I would love to see in the NFL. I'm not sure any team actually tanks, but there's always that conversation about it. Like
there's a
tanking.
subconscious, right?
Yeah, for sure. An exciting new TV show. Guys, the NFL's always looking to make more money. I would tune into this TV show. Even if the Packers weren't in it, and they wouldn't have been in it for years and years, teams like the Chicago Bears, other teams that have intrigue, you're going to watch it. It's the NFL. A little bit more excitement.
Oh my gosh, they wouldn't have talked about Caleb Williams for the entire year.
Think about that. The Chicago Bears couldn't structure their entire year knowing that they would get Caleb Williams. And that was my final point. First of all, I love this for the NBA. The NFL should borrow it. And finally, think about, to make this tangible, think about this for the Chicago Bears this last year. We are here. We are basically Packer backers here. And seeing the Chicago Bears in anguish brings so much pleasure. Imagine all year Chicago Bears hoping, thinking, this is finally going to be the year. Caleb Williams. And with the 4th pick in the NFL draft, the Chicago Bears. Like, that would be so much fun to have something like that, to where there's intrigue, there's mystery, and you can't set your hopes on it, and the Chicago Bears would have their hearts broken once again. I suggest top 5 picks in the NFL draft have a lottery system. I already got the numbers down, too. So for the worst team in the NFL, or the worst team, worst record, to the 5th worst record, 40% chance, 30% chance, 15, 10, and 5. So you do have a better chance, similar to that of the draft lottery in the NBA, to have the higher chance, but the intrigue of potentially shifting those around with franchise-altering quarterbacks and players, I am here for it.
Kyle.
Brett, you know me well.
Sure do.
You know me well because, you spoke to me because, as you were talking about this and giving,
Is this just about the Bears, by the way?
A little bit. They provided motivation.
As you were talking about it and you said it, the open was intriguing. And then once you kind of went into it, I was like, eh. But then you piqued my interest because as you were talking, I was thinking to myself, boy, it would have been great to see the Chicago Bears thinking they were going to get the first pick. And then all of a sudden when that lottery came and then they didn't get the first pick, I said it'd be a lot of intrigue. And then boom, it came out your mouth. And I said, he knows me. He knows Packer Nation.
Sure do.
But I don't like the idea. Because in the NBA there is more tanking. In the NFL, I don't believe teams tank as much as they do in the NBA, and I believe in the NFL there is more value. I mean, there's value in the NBA with getting the top pick, but in the NFL, getting that top pick, it really helps for parity overall in the NFL when you actually are a bad team and you have an opportunity to get one of those 1, 2, or 3 picks. Look at the Texans. The Texans were able to, have 2 picks in the top 10 last year, and they were able to turn their franchise around just like that. Like, those picks are imperative to turning it around. And I would hate a team like, say, the Carolina Panthers suck for 3 years in a row, and they never get the first overall pick, so they never get their chance.
That's their damn fault,
But no,
though.
it's not. They suck, but getting the quarterback can change your franchise. And when you suck and you have the opportunity,
By the way, Kyle, having the number 1 pick and picking quarterbacks number 1 historically hasn't always been that great.
I mean, but it's a better chance. It's better getting your quarterback in the first round, and the earlier the better, versus getting outside the first round. I mean, so I would say I think for parity in the NFL, getting that number 1 overall pick is something that should be for the team who has the worst record. Think of the 0-16 Lions or 0-16 Browns not being able to have the number 1 overall pick.
But that shouldn't be encouraged. Like, you shouldn't be rewarded for being so bad.
16 games.
Well, then have a better front office putting together a team.
But sometimes you have to tear a team
I
down.
don't think they were a quarterback away necessarily from being in contention. They still at 0-16 may have went to 4 and at the time with 16 games, 4-12.
The Indianapolis Colts had an opportunity. They lost Peyton Manning. They sucked because they lost their best quarterback, or he got hurt. And then what they do, they were able to move on from Peyton, get Andrew Luck, and they were able to be sustainable.
All right, I heard you out, Kyle. This is Hear Brad Out. You gave your response. I like Brad. I like it a lot.
Yes, Ben. Yes.
Here's why I like it. You hit on the entertainment aspect. Why do we watch the draft? Entertainment. The idea of how much football matters to us in this country, the ratings show, everyone watches football. Thursday Night Football on Week 10 is more watched than any other sporting event that you could name. And I'm not even joking, right? More than like the World Series, more than the NBA Finals. Like, that's a Thursday Night Football game, and it could be the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Arizona Cardinals. And it draws more people than all this. So if you get that many people watching that, the idea that it could change the landscape of how the next season goes with the lottery, first off, I'm a gambling guy. I love the idea of the chance, so I love it.
Love it.
I also said I love it because it makes Week 17 and 18 that much more impactful, because sometimes there are teams, even on the cusp, that, like, you look at the NFC South, you had 3 teams that were around, at one point 6 and 7, right? Like, they're fighting for a playoff spot, but if they lose 3 games, they might be in the top 5. You just don't know, right? One of those teams could end up in the top 5 of the lottery. So it kind of eliminates that tanking aspect. I love it. I love the drama. I love the intrigue.
That was a terrible example of tanking. I just want you to know this. He just talked about the NFC South and all the teams competing for something.
They're competing, but they still, if they lose, can fall into
that's a bad idea.
Top
You're
5.
trying to convince you're trying to convince yourself that it was
for
good.
18 hours. Shut your trap.
Yeah, you just talked for 24.
It's just too static. It's too static that it's just exactly slotted.
There's too much drama in the NFL and entertainment that not to add this.
Yeah, add a little bit of spiciness,
There's
a little
already
mystery.
spiciness when it comes to the draft order.
Go ahead.
Why not add more spice?
This is a bad idea.
Thank you, Stroke.
If we're gonna do
speak when spoken to.
If we're gonna do it,
I'm speaking to you. Now speak.
If we're gonna do it, let's do it. The worst 18 teams in a lottery that don't make the playoffs, just like the NBA does it. I'm not a huge fan of the NBA lottery to begin with.
Really?
So bringing this over to a better draft, a superior draft, a more watched nationally draft, and watering down, sucking. Sure, go for it. But if we're gonna do it, let's do the all 18 teams or whatever it is that doesn't make the playoffs.
Now,
top 18.
Now that if you did top 18 in like the percentages that even number 18 had a little bit of a chance, like a legit chance.
What?
That
If you're going to do it, do it.
That would make for more intrigue because now there is no appeal whatsoever to, hey, we got 3 games left.
Right. If you're,
maybe we should just rest this
if
guy.
you're
You
just
don't do
going
it
to do
now.
the worst 5, you're actually advocating for tanking.
How?
Because if I'm a, let's say, 5-10 team with, what does that mean? 2 games left to go.
People
and
are
I'm
still
currently
tanking for the last spot.
I'm currently the 6th worst record in the NFL.
I want to be in the bottom 5. I want to be in the bottom 5.
Eliminated from playoff contention, but there's 3 good quarterbacks in the, just like there was this year, right? Daniels, May, and Williams. If I'm 5-10,
that we
I
think
clearly
are going to
need
be
a
good. They haven't
quarterback.
played.
And right, but it was called a quarterback-rich draft. If I need a quarterback and I'm 5-10 with 2 games remaining, why am I trotting out Paxton Lynch trying to win a game? Why don't I just let my 6th-string wide receiver play quarterback?
Well, because that ACT score is showing, boy, that was smart.
The bigger concern than the fringe bad teams are the ultra bad teams. You want to keep the ultra bad teams from being like, let's just tank all the way down to top 2.
Look, I like that Brad gave an idea, and I think you two need to back off because this is his segment to bring ideas, not just like
you tell him his ideas
not just
suck
murder
every
him,
week.
but I don't murder him like this on the air.
No, this segment is for him to give a bad idea and for us to eviscerate it. And
If
what we
that's
did
your
this week.
mindset going in, Kyle, then I'm never going to be able to be good enough.
No, you give good ideas, but this week, it's your segment to give a good idea and for us to judge. It's Shark Tank, right? We're the sharks.
There has not been one hear Brad out idea
You
that
would
I
admit
didn't firmly
you
believe
would
in.
admit that the universal menu of hot dogs,
now look, bringing up
cheeseburgers
old
at a
stuff.
Chinese
No,
restaurant
I still
was the
contend-
worst idea you've ever
No,
had. You said that
no,
off air.
No, I did
It
not.
was a
I would
bad
never
idea.
admit to that. I would never
I'm
admit to
on
that.
your side, Brad. Just admit your faults.
Every hear Brad out, I said it, at least at the time, with a full believing heart.
If I
Just like I
hear
did for
the
this one.
3 letters NFL and there's something on TV, I'm sitting back relaxing. I know Brad is sitting back relaxing, enjoying something.
I'll tell you what, if I'm sitting back relaxing and watching that, I'm having a carbless in one hand, and I got a line of carbless ready to continue the night going all the way through at the Nortman estate. That's because the Nortman fridge full of carbless. I went to my local grocery store the other day, guys. Got the margarita 8-pack. If you haven't tried it, it's the ultimate summer collection of margarita. You got to get it. But there's also the classic cocktails. Mojito, strawberry margarita, Paloma, Moscow Mule. So good. It is like you legitimately put a bartender right there. He shakes up that drink for you, puts it in a can. That's how good those cocktails are. But nothing says summer like the fruit flavors, like cranberry and pineapple, lemon, lime. There's a flavor for everybody when it comes to carbless. And the taste, man, everyone says, yep, I get it. That first taste, this is the carbless difference that you've been talking about. But not only there, guys, it's summertime. I want that summertime body. I'm not ashamed to say it. Hand in the air. I want it. That means I want something that's going to make me feel guiltless, something that I can enjoy, but also with no carbs, no sugars, gluten-free, less carbonation. That means less bloat, and only 100 calories per can. You can truly be able to enjoy your alcoholic cocktail, your premium handcrafted cocktail, without the guilt with carbless. If you haven't tried yet, what are you waiting for? Discover why less is more. Find them online and at retailers near you.
800-990-3776. Ryan chimes in. Brad, you need to drink some more carbless to wash that dumb idea down.
It's not a bad idea.
Yeah,
I always drink more carbless. It was a brilliant idea.
Well, there it is. He spoke a little too early in this segment, so I reluctantly want to do Becoming Relevant with Alex Strofe next. But we'll do it. We'll hear from Alex Strofe on the other side.
This is Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN.
My offer, as we've come up with it at KBN, thanks to JD and Fondy, reutilizing Judy, who's still in my garage right now.
Is she a big booty Judy or a little flapjack booty Judy?
She's got a little something to her. I'll say that.
Oh, she got some
Judy the blow-up doll. She got a little something to her.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Welcome to the Chevy Lightning Round. Guess the clues to win. First team, you're up.
Powerful, commanding, unstoppable.
Silverado.
Adventurous, fun, techie.
Trailblazer.
Stylish, nimble.
Tracks.
Innovative, electric.
Blazer EV.
Lightning Round champions. You've guessed all the right Chevy clues. This season, spring into adventure together in the Chevy of your choice.
See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because our home policies help protect your dreams and come with peace of mind. Save up to 25% by bundling home, auto, and life. American Family Insurance. Get a quote, find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Discounts may not apply to all coverages on an auto or home policy. Discounts do not apply to life insurance policies. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, American Family Life Insurance Company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Many people with unique homes reach out to Pella because our team of experts can customize windows and doors that match architecture from any era.
I love that I have a home that is 100 years old. It's a historic district, and we didn't want to ruin the look by having modern windows in an older home. When I found out that Pella had an architecturally accurate product line, they simply guided us and helped us to make a great decision for our home.
Order today and get 0% interest for up to 36 months at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Certain restrictions apply at 6/30/2024.
From color-changing alexandrite to shimmering zircon and everything in between at Chalmers Jewelers, you'll find high-quality, affordable, one-of-a-kind pieces. We source straight from the gem cutters and we manufacture in-house from start to finish. As the manufacturer, we believe in truth in pricing. Never pay more for quality and stunning, beautiful jewelry. She's one of a kind, and so should her jewelry be. While others may send your jewelry dreams to someone else to make, with us, your dreams become reality with the help of our custom jewelers, with you involved the whole way. With a staff that has over 200 years of combined experience, why buy from a place that marks up jewelry made by the thousands? When you can buy direct from Chalmers for that one-of-a-kind piece that is better quality, often for less.
Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton
And Madison.
No more waiting to see a general surgeon. Stoughton Health has you covered. We accept over 160 insurances, including Anthem Blue Cross, Blue Shield, Cigna, Dean Health Plan, Humana, and Quartz. Enjoy easy access at Stoughton Health, where most general surgery appointments are available within a week. When it comes to your procedure, trust board-certified general surgeon Dr. Aaron Schwab. At Stoughton Health, we are proud to provide you with exceptional, personalized service. Learn more at stoughtonhealth.com.
Forward Madison FC's professional soccer season is underway, and they want you to pack out Breeze Stevens Field. Need a night out with the whole family? Try the Forward Madison Family Special presented by MG&E. Score a ticket to the match, a meal, and an FMFC scarf, all for just $25 per person. Visit forwardmadisonfc.com to purchase your tickets today. That's forwardmadisonfc.com. Forward Madison, fun for all.
My Aunt Bella was telling a story, and her speech was a bit slurred. Her smile was drooping. Was she having a stroke? I knew it was time to run through the B Fast checklist. B, balance. Bella was fine. E, eyes. Her vision was fine. F, face. Oh, the drooping. A, arms. She could lift both arms. S, speech. Oh, definitely slurred. T, terrible headache. She had one. Signs of a stroke. I called 911 and saved Aunt Bella's life.
Brought to you by the Wisconsin Department of Health Services Covered Health Stroke Program.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, brought to you by Busch Light on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Madison YouTube channel, and Wisconsin On Demand.
Happy to hang out with all of you in KBN Nation here. Kyle Brust and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman, and Alex Strofe running the show.
Didn't like that.
Why not?
Do it again.
Alex Strofe.
Yeah, I don't like that.
I'm going to do a lot more now. 800-990-3776. Speaking of Alex Strofe, it's time to become relevant with Mr. Irrelevant, who airs Monday, Wednesday, Fridays on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison. But we give him a voice on Kyle Brust and Nortman every once in a while. We'll do it now.
Hey, Mr. Irrelevant, it's time to become relevant. Strofe's time to shine on KBN starts now.
Robots are taking over the world, bro.
Oh, wow.
Robots are taking over the world. NBC announced today that they will use an AI version of Al Michaels.
Oh,
who,
no.
by the way, is alive. And
did he approve this?
What?
Capable of doing that to do custom recaps for the Olympics this summer. Here's a listed as to what that will sound like from AI Michaels.
AI Al.
Hi, Kelly. Welcome to your daily Olympic recap, your personal rundown of yesterday's most thrilling Olympic moments.
That's creepy.
I don't like it.
Since you're a swimming fan, let's head right to the pool.
Since
Team
you're a
USA
swimming fan.
secured a stunning victory in the men's 4x100 meter medley relay, smashing the world.
It sounds
No, it
robotic.
sounds AI. I don't like it. I'm not going to listen
sounds
to it. NBC, bad idea.
So it is a custom, so you can select the sports you like.
Yeah.
And Al Michaels AI will walk you through it. But he's
so
alive.
this isn't TV like they're doing. This is you can go to a specific thing on the website and they'll give you a breakdown.
Yeah, it'll be a custom recap, essentially.
Got it. You know what? It sounded choppy, but knowing what it is, genius. Because Al Michaels is getting paid off of this. He's getting paid right now. He doesn't have to work. All he has to do is go ahead, use my voice, and I'm going
What's
to get paid.
crazy is
Get his check.
he has lost his fastball. He was really bad on Amazon Prime.
Lost his fastball as much as he had so many crappy games last year.
No, lost the fastball, bro. Father Time gets us all, except if you're Bob Uecker.
Fair point.
I think this is absolutely creepy. I mean, even if I allow
AI
this to happen,
Al.
it's just the name and the AI is perfect. It's just creepy to me. This AI voice robot taking over the world, like Strofe was saying, it's so true. You guys hear, it's like 6 months ago, it was an AI version of Johnny Cash covering Taylor Swift. It sounds just like Johnny Cash. It was crazy. So all this AI stuff, don't like it, not interested. I don't like how
Isn't that why NVIDIA keeps going up, though?
It is. It's creepy.
You all say that now. But if Kyle Brust and Nortman, as we wanted to, if it lasts for 25, 30 years.
And the last 10 years of it is just
AI.
Us AI'd?
Think about this. Think about if just in general, we wanted to expand because our brand is bigger. They want to, hey, we want you guys to do a weekend show, but we're going to have you AI. So let us know your thoughts, and you will AI you, and we'll pay you to be AI'd on Saturday and Sundays for shows as well. We may
but
take
it's
a
all
vacation.
scripted.
It's not scripted. It's from what the AI thinks that we believe. They have an algorithm of the crazy things that you say, the amazing things that I say, and the weird things you do for.
You run a radio station. You would allow AI to be over a
We're
personality?
talking about 15 years from now on weekend programming, or when we're all on vacation.
Kyle,
man,
counterpoint. That makes us replaceable.
Correct.
AI has thousands and thousands of hours of us on the airwaves. They can profile us and create this this AI thing.
AI can't go to Summerfest, can it? They still need us. What it is
For now.
they're paying us for our voices on the weekend. If they gave y'all extra money to pay your voice on the weekend just for you to say, hey, this is my opinion on it, and then the AI says, got it, and then does a whole 2-hour show on it.
That's the start, though. Before you know it, it's Monday through Friday, and then it's like, then Ben, Brad, and Kyle and Strofe, we're just like figurative people before you know it.
If they pay
I don't
me,
like
sure.
this at all.
I'll sit at home. AI Kyle do all the work. I'm sick of working.
AI Kyle can check right in.
The Brewers have scored 5 runs in their game right now in the bottom of the 9th, tied 5-5 with the Texas Rangers at AmFam Field.
But
what?
I thought you were going to say something bad about Dallas Keuchel.
Oh, well, Dallas Keuchel stinks. But actually, no, I'm talking about the Brewers offense. The Brewers have scored 5 runs, both on home runs. One was a grand slam. The other was an inside-the-park home run by Jackson Chourio.
Again.
How fast did he get around? How fast did he get around?
I didn't time it.
Well, he got around 14.4 seconds his last time.
Regardless, I was going to ask what the cooler home run is inside the Parker Grand Slam. I know there's more runs tied to one, but what's the cooler home run?
But like, you have to take into account the runs for a Grand Slam. That's what makes it great.
Well, what if it's 16-2 ball game and you hit a grand slam?
Oh, they give me an inside of Parker in that
That's
situation.
What I'm saying, right? Like, it's situational, obviously, but I mean overarching theme. Which one would you rather
There's
see
more
in person?
It's Grand Slam.
Yeah.
For sure it's Grand Slam.
Is it?
There's nothing like the power of a true home run.
Reese
What about the
Hoskins,
14
when he went
seconds
granny.
When Jackson's outrunning somebody who's trying to track down his ball, you're going, go, Jackson, go!
Yeah,
go, Jackson.
If you want to watch that, then you should just watch horse racing.
Oh, this kid is incredible.
Go, Jackson, go! Like, that's what you sounded
An
like.
inside the park home run is equal parts exciting and stressful to watch.
It is.
Right? It's chaotic.
Yeah, there's something good about the crack of the bat. You know it's gone. And you're high-fiving, you're cheersing, you're doing it all.
Give me the grand slam. Give me the great. I mean, it's exciting to see Jackson. I'll just watch it run around the bases. But there's nothing better, like you said, that crack of the bat and grand slam. Everybody's just like, ah!
We're going to extras at AmFam Field. We're headed to the top of the 10th. All right, last one for you guys. I got to applaud a celebrity.
What'd I do?
Jennifer Lopez. Got to applaud her. Going through a lot right now, a little marital
This is odd.
between her and Ben Affleck. But Jennifer Lopez, J-Lo, spotted yesterday flying to Paris in commercial.
Really?
Jennifer Lopez flying to Paris in commercial. No first class, no PJ.
No first class
Jennifer
even?
Lopez. Just
One of
flying
Us?
Completely basic commercial One of Us.
It's
So
all
Paris.
part of her ploy of her comeback.
Or you think she's trying to become more accessible
Who took
and relatable?
the picture? It's all staged. Yeah, she's trying to become more relatable. Jenny from the Block is not relatable whatsoever. She's not even liked by her former classmates. They say she's a lie. And also, she's probably miserable to be with.
Wow. What
Jeez,
an
what
indictment
a
on
strong
J-Lo.
take.
Strokes
Have
trying
you
to
seen
applaud
the
her.
list of people that have been with her?
No, I haven't actually.
Yeah, Stroke. I'm sure you know. She was Alex
Get out,
Rodriguez
that
talked to her,
Stroke.
Ben Affleck talked to her, P Diddy,
Talked to
Trash
her.
P Diddy talked to her, or
Her and Drake dated for a little bit.
she has been run through.
Is that what you said, Jen on the block?
Jenny on the no,
Well,
that's
well,
what
I'm
she's
still-
a song.
I'm still-
Are you saying
Jenny
that she's
from the
like
Block.
fake tough then? Because
No,
like,
I'm
no,
saying
I know of like the relationships, but
all
you're saying like
that-
Jenny from the Block's back. She's flying commercial.
What is it? All that glitter on glam? Listen, she might be beautiful, but something wrong with her.
Did you
Don't know
mention,
anyone stay
did
with
you
her.
mention Mark Anthony? Who was
Mark
the longest,
Anthony?
He was the
Oh,
longest
yeah,
tenure.
that's right.
They were together for like 7
Go
years.
through the list. Go through the list.
Chris Judd, Ben Affleck the first time, Mark Anthony, Casper Smart, Drake, Alex Rodriguez, Ben Affleck the second time.
She dated Diddy too.
That's not on this list.
Oh, she probably had her PR rep scrub that one.
Yeah, that's probably
that's a bad
fair.
look.
800-990-3776. They need to AI Benny for artificial stupidity.
Oh, no, Diddy's on here, 99.01.
Yikes.
9901. It's longer than I thought.
That's 2 years. Good for them. I just think more celebrities should fly commercial. I love that from J-Lo.
Would you approach her if you were on that same flight? Would you be like, "Hey, J-Lo"?
What would you approach her for?
I'd move my seat, for God's
Would
sake.
you pay somebody for the seat next to J-Lo?
I wouldn't pay a lot, but I might offer a drink.
Would you ask for a
what?
hall pass if she with your girlfriend and J-Lo offered?
Wow. That's
Before I answer, what's your answer?
No.
Not for J-Lo?
The
No.
extra large.
I'm not into celebrities.
Jennifer Aniston, you're asking for a hall pass.
No. She's old.
Margot Robbie, you're asking for a hall pass.
No.
You're such a liar.
Do you see my straight face here? I love you, baby girl.
Yeah, right.
Kyle Brust and Norman across ESPN Wisconsin. We'll be back. Get out.
You're listening to Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN.
And I'm sure he'll offer this opportunity again.
Absolutely
What are you going to
not.
sell? What are you going to say to Ben Brust?
I'm
then?
saying you don't get your hand on my goddamn face. No, it's a no. I can say it in different languages. No, no, no.
Niche or whatever it is.
I don't know.
Nine.
Nine. That's a firm way to say no.
Nine.
Nine.
Next time we say 9. 9.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
You, rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute.
Varsity on Wisconsin On Demand is home to all the latest and best Badgers content on ESPN Wisconsin. Subscribe on Apple, Spotify, Wisconsin On Demand, and wherever you get your podcasts.
And with your Badger Minute, I'm Alex Gravatt. Senior Badger Phoebe Bacon continues to add to her illustrious swimming career as she qualified for the 2024 Paris Olympics in the 200 backstroke on Friday. Bacon won the NCAA National Championship in the 200 backstroke earlier this year, and she took second in the qualifying race, just over 1 second behind national champion Reagan Smith. Bacon will join 10 other Badgers in the Paris Games, which start later in July, and the other Badgers will compete in men's track and field, women's volleyball, women's rugby, men's swimming, and women's rowing.
Pella can customize windows and doors that match any era's architecture. Order today and get 0% interest for up to 36 months at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Busch Light is not only as cold and smooth as the mountain stream, it's also brewed for the farmers and ranchers. Ben Brust here. Join me in saying cheers to those who work in the backbone in the state of Wisconsin. Pick up your limited edition Busch Light corn cans today. For every case of these limited edition cans, Busch Light is donating to Farm Rescue. Pick up Busch Light corn cans today, wherever you get your delicious beer. Offer good through June 30th, 2024, up to $200,000. Eligible package sizes 15 packs, 18 packs, 24 packs, and 30 packs. Case equal 24 pack case equivalent. Enjoy responsibly. 2024 Anheuser-Busch Busch Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. 120,000 miles of night drives, daily commutes, and who knows how many.
Are we there yet?
Through countless fixes, elbow grease, and a new radiator, you kept your ride alive. With eBay Motors, you have over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
No one knows the importance of a great assist more than Lowe's and Leo Messi. That's why we've teamed up to give MVP's Pro Rewards members 10 times the points when Messi makes an assist during CONMEBOL Copa America USA 2024. Activate this offer starting June 20th, so when Messi assists, you score. Shop the day after an assist to earn those extra points. Not an MVP's Pro Rewards member? Join today. Visit Lowe's.com/Messi for more details.
Experience, knowledge, and results. That's what really matters when you need help after a serious truck accident. You'll need a lawyer experienced in fighting and winning for people just like you. Gruber Law Offices has the resources, strong track record of success, and a team of experienced lawyers to take care of your needs. We've successfully helped people injured in big truck accidents for more than 35 years. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Hey, it's Alex Strofe. Stay in the know on area high school sports and follow ESPN Madison on Twitter for Prep Mania on Deck, each week's preview of the top games and events. Prep Mania on Deck is brought to you by Zimbrick Honda, a proud supporter of high school sports and local communities.
The pulse of the Milwaukee Bucks, straight from a Bucks legend.
Can't get it off. Marcus Johnson will, though. Can't leave him alone for a 12.
Tap into Here District with Marcus Johnson on Bucks Plus. Marcus and his son Chris offer a weekly beat on Bucks basketball. Get your questions answered and hear from the biggest names in basketball. Find Here District with Marcus Johnson at bucks.com/plus on the Bucks app or wherever you get your podcasts.
For official rules and more information about every contest on 100.5 ESPN, visit ESPNWisconsinContests.com. That's ESPNWisconsinContests.com. You're listening to 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN app.
You're listening to Kyle Brust and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
You're listening to 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN app, and Wisconsin On Demand.
I'm still Jenny from the block. Used to have a little, now I have a lot. No matter where I go, I know where I came from. Don't be fooled by the rocks that I got. I'm still Jenny from the block.
Don't know how Jennifer Lopez got on the show, but here we are. I guess it's becoming relevant with Alex Strofe.
I love J-Lo.
Props to J-Lo for flying commercial. Proud of you, girl.
Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman, Alex Strofe on the show. If you missed Coach Gard, Greg Gard joined us at around 2:35. Go to WisconsinOnDemand.com. You can get it wherever you get your podcasts. On YouTube, you can listen back. Very insightful. Hit on a lot of stuff. Shot clock in the WIAA, recruiting for Wisconsin Badgers, whether it be his own team, whether it be high schoolers, whether it be transfer portal, whether it be internationally. A lot of good stuff from Coach Gard. Brad, I didn't expect you at the Nortman estate to have issues with rain.
Yeah, I didn't either. It came as a surprise to me too, but I'm sitting there, Nortman Estate. I'm looking through our great room windows. So imagine like these big old windows and this, whatever.
Oh, we can imagine, all right.
You can sit back and use your wildest imagination. And in like the biggest window of the great room, how like a window is like inset. The water started like leaking through onto like the base of the window. And I was like, what the heck is going on here? And so I cleaned it up and it just got me thinking. And what I do immediately? What did I do immediately? I texted.
You fix it yourself.
Wrong. I wish I did. I texted my neighbor, Handyman Steve, who was a retired engineer.
Handyman Steve.
What a great name.
Handyman Steve.
Who the hell's Handyman Steve?
The local handyman.
Yeah, he is like literally, like when we moved into the neighborhood, I was told by some of the neighbors, like, you need to get with Steve. Dude can do everything. He's brilliant. He's the man. And Steve is like, he can do everything.
So
He's
is that like
smarter than the
is that like the
contractors.
Karen that came by to help with the gardening around my house?
No, except he doesn't need to solicit. That's the
Does
difference
he
between
charge
Steve.
for these handyman hands?
All he does is charge for $65 an hour. That's it.
Dang,
Doesn't
wait
matter
a
what the
minute,
project is.
$65.
That's it. Is.
Okay.
No matter how big, how small?
No.
Handyman
how big,
Steve?
How small?
Well, what the heck? I needed blinds to be hung, and I could have called Handyman
Hey,
Steve.
he's
to
a
do it.
busy man. I didn't know how,
Yeah, that would have been a good one.
Yeah.
You just did the calculations in your head.
He is the greatest
Steve
value
would have been
there is.
great.
And it got me thinking, I love Handyman Steve. He can take care of anything. We have put some pretty substantial questions in front of him. Can we do that? Can we do that? Is that possible? And the dude delivered every time. But it gets me thinking, I wish I was handy. I wish I was handy. It was one of
Brad,
those.
you wish you were handy? My dad had Bruss Plumbing. He is a small business contractor and general contractor, and I can't.
Kyle's eyes lighten
So he
up.
passed all this down to you, of course.
Hell
You went to-
no! I
you
can't
didn't go on a project.
I
working
can't
with him?
build bleep.
Oh.
My brother worked. One of my brothers works for him, and I can't do anything.
Oh, that's pathetic.
That's a shame.
That's
a real shame.
No, it's pathetic. It's
I
pathetic.
know.
What were you should have shot basketballs during the day, and then you should have been helping
the
him at
true
night.
story is when I was in 7th grade, I went on site with my brother, and I was hauling drywall to the dumpster.
Oh, you
and
sound like a little weakling.
And I was, or sure was, a little weakling. And then after 2 days, I was like, Dad, can I just go continue focusing on basketball? And I did, and it worked out. I think he's happy for me, but I missed out on being able to fix stuff around the house. And now my fiance is probably more handy than I am.
Oh, that's tough.
That's a
Not
tough
good
look.
for the man of the house.
That's a tough look.
He's not the man of the house.
I am the man of the house, but
The
I'm
only
just
man in the
not.
house.
He is the only man in the
Never
house.
know
Don't
anymore.
forget about Bruce. Bruce is the man of that house.
Is Bruce the man of that house?
No.
Bruce looks like a stuffed animal.
Yeah,
Oh.
he's a
Yeah,
little.
he does.
He is.
He's
He's
a
a
little
cuddler.
wimp. So, anyways,
So are you.
yeah, but I know I trained him to be more of a wimp than me. And then Bruce is my dog, for the record. Bruce is not a person.
Bruce is the man of that house, though.
I like Candyman.
So we got us thinking, like, what hobbies do you wish you were great at? And handyman, that's top of the list for me.
Is that a
Top of the
hobby?
list. Well, yeah, like hobby, skill,
Skill, hobby.
Yeah,
No, it can be a
Handyman
hobby.
is a
Yeah.
hobby.
You could be like someone that just creates
Some
stuff.
people
You
love.
build
Some
a
people
chair.
love that.
You build a chair.
No, there is no greater skill than being a handyman because it literally saves you so much money. I'm embarrassed because I feel the same way. My dad was not like your dad, a contractor, but he definitely used to do things around the house, and it is pathetic. Like,
It's horrible.
I do not have ceiling fans, and I want ceiling fans, but I don't want to pay to have to get the ceiling fans in, and I feel bad if I ask my dad, can you come hang up this ceiling fan? I have to pay him somehow. I
Oh
feel
yeah,
te-
no.
Yeah.
When I first moved into the home, my brother and my dad, I put them right to work. They had to change the basement so they could fit the 75-inch TV in the basement. They had to knock out the walls.
Knocking out walls.
I mean, put it back together, like it looked beautiful.
And they did that all free.
raising a cabinet so we could have more space in the kitchen to put the bottle warmer and all that for the baby.
And they just did that all out of the joy of their heart and the love of their heart. They didn't charge you?
I mean, I bought them lunch.
Oh my gosh, you are a blessed man. That's a lot of work for free.
Yeah, but technically, my
guess
dad
it's
said my brother works for him. So if my dad says go do this for Ben, it's on the house.
Wait a minute. He said your dad didn't come. He just sent your brother.
No, my dad came.
Oh.
I mean, he's worked in that business. He's had spinal back fusion. Like he walks
boy.
with a cane. So like I did hang the TV with the direction of my father. Put that there, mark that there.
You did it, or
I
you
did-
like
I did-
assisted them doing it?
I know I did. My brother was in the basement working on the TV area. I hung the living room TV. Proud moment for me. Handyman Ben.
No, there is
Handyman
nothing-
Steve ain't got nothing on Handyman Ben.
That's very satisfying. But the one thing I would love to do is y'all know I can hold the tune. I can hold the little note. And the one thing I wish I could do is I wish I was more musically inclined, whether or not it's playing the acoustic guitar or playing the piano. Oh, my gosh. Can you imagine?
Serenade Honey?
Yeah, NIL Kyle having all that money, plus he could play the piano. Oh, my God.
We got breaking news.
Yeah, I just got a text, so I'm just going to say this. Spoiler alert. Brewers just walked it off in the bottom of the 10th. That's a sweep, baby. Break out those brooms. See ya, world champs.
Can you please...
Who was the walk-off?
Monasterio singled, Adamas scored.
Can we get our great sister station literally right next to our studio, 620 WTMJ? I hope Uke was on the call today, because if he was, I need that call for the 414 hour at 4. And I also want to hit on Potawatomi Casino Hotel, because if you were smart, you would have placed a wager on the Brewers today, and you would have won. But you can go to their 20-minute reserve parking spaces at Potawatomi near the Skywalk and go in, free parking, boop, place that bet and you're good. If you don't want to bet, that's fine. Go enjoy the kitchen, the full bar, the 2,000 square foot video wall, which has every game on, everything possible. It is the absolute best at Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Better or not, doesn't matter. You'll have a great time. Food's great. Atmosphere's great. Man, guys, that 2,000 square foot video wall.
So good.
Powerful it is. Coming up next, Rutledge and Hamilton and Madison. Who's hosting today?
Molly Brown, Matt Hamilton.
Molly Brown and Matt Hamilton. Kyle, Brust, and Nortman. Coming up in 2 minutes right here on 94.5 ESPN and on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee. Don't go anywhere.